by the beach are the best.
Oh. Alrighty. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for what could be pain or bliss? I only want one copy of our girl Cobalt. Especially with, man, I just made a video a couple days ago. I had to kind of shut up before I uploaded it. Although I didn't really do that. I talked all the time. But yeah, Syndicate says, how dare you show me Shiro? She looks good, actually. Her whole color palette just really soaks in light, makes for good intros, stuff like that. Although I do use my character on screen as kind of a pivot point, so that whenever I'm talking, there's a way to distinguish when I'm asking a question or something, back and forth. But yeah, needless to say, I think when I speak, people might think I'm an anime girl and not a dude. So, rough. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. COBALT-B. So, still very excited to get her. Still think she's a great get. I hear a lot of people saying that she's like whale bait, essentially. Like, she's only viable if you have max constellations. I don't think that makes the most sense. It makes sense if you're team focused, or if you're not considering team application of what she does. But if you're considering the fact that she is team application stuff, like fire resonance basically, I think she's a very good character. But it could just be me. I'm open to be wrong in the future, but that's where I bet my money on. Anywho, we are not going for C6 of Cobalt. We are going for 1. The reason why is because two main things. One, supposedly Lynn, which is one of the best characters in the game, is coming out next. So you don't want to have nothing left for Lynn, because Lynn is supposedly, again, one of the best characters in the game. The second thing, when it comes to Cobalt being kind of an interesting thing, I would be shocked. I'd be absolutely baffled if they do not adjust Ruby. Because the more I look at it, the more it looks like Ruby is just a significantly better Cobalt with her AoE, with her laser beam single target damage, with her shatter. She also is a shatter character. She also has incredible CC, and she looks about to do the same amount of damage as Cobalt. So I don't think that's gonna be the same, because it literally just seems like they cannibalize each other exactly. So I don't think that's gonna be the case. Regardless, Cobalt also looks fantastic. So yeah. And it's not wrong to have two good fire weapons, especially when they buff resonance. So I'm hoping they adjust Ruby to be more DPS focused. But yeah, Ruby seems, the more I look at Ruby, the more I'm like, oh, yeah, the CC just gives you a hell of an edge, to say the least. But ladies and gentlemen, should stop delaying the inevitable hell that awaits us. But ladies and gentlemen, oh god. Also, I didn't say hi to people. Hello, Super. Super says, "Stop, what's good, Super?" Super says, "What twin tail anime what? Oh, me, you mean? I'm a twin tail anime. Please stop. Please stop." But yeah. Also, Lone Syndicate saying, also, Lone Syndicate came up with I would assume a quick Google search of with the time of day of Tower Fantasy's launch all the way to this point. Which is 57 days, 12 hours, and 30 minutes, and 57 seconds. Golly. Until that I've been saving, basically, for our girl, Cobalt, looking like a Terminator, Sarah Connor, and all that. I hear fire team in generals are star heavy. Yeah, to me, the thing is, though, Lone Syndicate, I think... Again, it's like the classic Genshin issue, and I might be wrong on this, but people who determine or talk about the oh, you need 6-star characters, or you need, this is a god tier character, I still don't really think that's the case, because of the same problem that exists within Genshin, which is in order to clear endgame Spiral Abyss, the difference between you doing it now and later is basically whether you have the best artifacts. Also, is there really a big negative to not being able to go to the maximum Spiral Abyss or Bygone Phantasm rank? I haven't seen any other thing that's oh my god, you need this in order to be efficient. I don't think that's the case. I don't think if worst case scenario, if my team can make it to the point where I can get a good bit of rewards and have fun with the characters I want, and I haven't spent $6,000 into the game, I'd say I'm winning. So if people have a weird skewed metric of power. And it's like, well, wait, it's okay that I'm not at the top of the heap, but as long as I'm in a position where I can profit, I'm happy, you know? So I feel like people's perception on that is weird, where like mid-maxers are like, no, you need this. And I'm like, I mean, no. I mean, I don't think you do. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm going to eat all my words. Maybe you just can't get anything out of this. But the game seems to be catered to like, okay, no. We do have some raid stuff, which is like end-to-end game stuff. But other than that, you can get by. Like, we're only like 3 months into the game, if not even that, I don't think. So yeah. But maybe, I might be wrong, but that's my take, is I think it's like, no, I still think you could get pretty far, maybe not the top of the heap, but why do you want to be there? That seems like so much work to progress that many levels in Spiral Abyss or Bygone Phantasm. But anyway, regardless, very excited for Cobalt. Let's hope she comes home. I still do not know, because I've never wished for a character in the game, period. Outside of like just the base wishing. I haven't wished on a banner. Actually, it's not true. I wished on a banner too. Gotta leave me. Also, why do they keep saying there's something here? I keep going in here and there's nothing. Is it this? No, it's not that. We don't have that yet. Anyways, but I have done some wishes. Actually, I should scratch that. We've done normal banner wishes, which I think we're gonna start saving at this point. We've done normal star wishes, and we can go all the way down. Oh, thank God it was here. I thought it was not here for a second. We also have this, which I have done 30 of because I was trying to get Nemesis when I was re-rolling. No luck at all. Pain, all that, but we do have 61 wishes and almost 20k dark matter. I haven't been spending anything. I've been saving like a good boy. So I would really love it if we could get Cobalt fast. Just a little quick. That way I can save for Lynn and ideally Ruby, and then hopefully be able to take a minute and calm down until Lyra comes here. Whew. But that is if our girl Cobalt comes home sooner rather than later. I have prepped a little bit for her weapons. I don't think I'm able to max it out, but hopefully get close. And then we have a lot to do today, by the way. We have Resin, we have Frontier Clash, we have, what's the other one? I don't think we have that much Void Rift to do. I have a full tank of Resin dailies. I haven't done anything. I've been waiting to do the stream so I can have a big playground to play with, of course, Cobalt in. Also, I guess I'll just give her one of my other characters' artifacts or matrices, I mean. Okay, you guys ready? We primed? I'm nervous. I'm delaying the inevitable. Okay. Okay, now we're going into this with 30k. I don't really know how the pity system works 100%. I don't think there's like a soft pity, so you start wishing at like 70 and then you detonate the higher pities constantly. I don't think that's the case. It's just go, fully send it. I do think you can lose the 50-50, but worst case scenario, if you wish enough in here, you'll just get currency, which is called flame gold, and then you can buy the weapon outright, but you do have to spend a lot in there to get that. Lone Syndicate says, I stop at 79. Oh, like in order to, like, when you were pursuing trying to pull her. So you could guarantee snipe Lynn. Or maybe get a good chance of sniping Lynn. Lone Syndicate says, are you ready, Grin? Is the question. I'm hoping. I finally will have a character that I can hyper invest in because I want to see them succeed. But, ladies and gentlemen, enough delay. Let's burn these free wishes that we got from doing events and just about everything else. So yes, go. 10 pull, starting off 10 pull. I don't think there's any reason to do single pulls. Come on, baby. And again, we can get a legendary, or an SSR, and then still get something after the fact. We could still detonate the 80, which is cool. It doesn't get consumed, which is dope. Let's just skip it. Skip it. We have maxed out of her. We have maxed out of her. Oh, we do get, that's interesting. You do get Dark Dust for doing this. So do you get a lot of Dark Dust then if you get a lot of bad copies, or is this only one? I don't know. Regardless, neat. Again. Thank God. Okay, I just gotta check I was doing the weapon, not the matrice. Again. Temple. I don't know where we're at right now. What's good, Max? What's good, Multi? I think I already said hi, but I wasn't sure. Is this it? Nope. We're gonna go Max Pity. Oh, pain. Again, skip. It's fine. What do we got? We got more black gold. A little bit. We got 23 black gold. Oh, I can need 120 in order to get that. But is this 80? No, we're still closing in. We still have hope, boys. We still have hope. Come on. Give me that twinkle. That little glimmer. There's like a split second, a literal split second where you're like, this is the moment. It's not it. Pain. I would love it if they staggered those out so there was a little bit more like, nope. But yeah, anywho. Again, we're at 60. 70th pull. Let's go. Come on. I rolled so many times on the Nemesis banner and nada. Man. Yeah, some people out here just pulling twice and then bang. Even on the Nemesis banner, I rerolled 30 times and got nada. Not a single SSR character from the limited banner rush. I only spent 30 wishes though, but I did that 30 times. So what? Anyway. This is the last one. Should we do little pecks or should we just full send it? Should we just full send it? It's looking rough. Shh, it's gonna be okay. I didn't realize we were at 21 wishes though. Full send. All right, let's see what our SSR character is. Please be Cobalt. Please don't lose the 50-50. No, please. I love this game so much. Please let it be at least the one thing. Nope. It's looking rough. It's looking real rough, boys. It's looking real rough. They didn't even wait it to be like wait, did this come early? Wait, yeah, I was about to say, wait, did this come early? Because the first one, it would be the last one usually, right? Because we were right at 80. I'm not sure. Just wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Well, we got another healing item, which is kind of dope. But it's not as dope as getting, the character. I still hope 80. No, it might be nothing. Maybe it doesn't matter. I always thought when you it would go to your 80th and then you get one at the very last bit. No, it was 2 SSRs though, so that's nice. But but it was these people, so that's nice. Anyways, oh damn it. I mean, I guess we'll keep going. Oh, we still got the 10 pull. So, Max says, damn, that feels bad. Coco 3 no, it was Coco's maybe 2-star. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't think 3-star. I think it's 2-star. I think so. Yes. I think we have enough gold to buy it and make her 3-star, but I don't want to do that yet. But we'll keep going. Let's just burn these 11 wishes slowly, because I need a recovery period, It's too much sadness, etc. Oh, yeah, 1. Oh no shit. Shizu says death versus back up. Nice. Why did it go down? Oh shit. Crystal Ghost says I have no clue what we're wishing, and it was bad. Well, actually, what's bad? This 80th pull, we got 2. It's not bad. Well, it's not great. That's pretty bad. Out of 80, you don't get any, and then you get 1 at the 80th mark. It could have been in the middle some more, but yeah, selfishness, baby. Again. Yep. Again, we're just gonna do singles, man. Lone Syndicate says, yeah, the servers were down for 2 days. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for sending the gameplay, Lone Syndicate. I have it. I don't know. I'm gonna try to edit the video soon, but I had to edit a video today, and I was not mentally in editing mode, so I grinded through it, but rough. Also, finished Fruit of the Evolver. It does get better as you watch it. At the 7th episode or 8th episode mark, it gets better. Now, is that Stockholm Syndrome, or is this a good show? Who knows? Who's to really say? But still yikes. But anyways. I still have more clips. Ooh, maybe he'll send them in there. Wait to send them in though, because I want to edit the videos so you can at least understand what the way, because I don't even know the format necessarily, what's gonna happen. I think this might be the 8th, or maybe this is the 10th. Let's see. Let's end it. Yep. Okay, got me excited there for a little bit, but not bad. Purple. We got 2 more wishes. And then we gotta buy more. We gotta dip into our reserve. Eek. Skip, it's fine, yeah. I think that's it, right? No, we have one more. It's gonna be uneven, but whatever. Skip. Okay. Now we're doing 10 pulls again. Oh, man. Ugh. Why, God? Why couldn't it have been? All right, let's do a 10 pull. Do you want to convert 150? Oh. Dark crystals into 10 nucleuses. Sure, I guess. Oh, fuck. And then it's gonna be Lynn, and then they're gonna wreck me. Something? Wait, something? Please? Yes, okay, it was bad, but it was not as bad as it could have been. It could have been better. It was certainly not as bad as it could have been. Okay, now, this is what they do to you, okay? We got 80 gold here. That's just going to be turned into pointless this gold, which we already have an abundance of. Yeah, but I don't think it's any, you can't buy any more of it. Like, how do I go to find this store that's the actual weapon shop? There we go. Yeah, where's the one for black gold? Is it like somewhere hidden that I'm not seeing? Black gold store. Is it somewhere I'm missing? I've never been like seen that store, the one with black gold. So I don't know if it's not here, if it's somewhere else. This. Where do you see the SSR weapons? Do you see like here? View rewards? No, that's not it. More info, limited store, maybe here? Oh, there, it's just there, okay. Yeah. What do we do with this? 120. So much. But, should we just buy these? Because I don't want the gold to go into the store. Should I just buy the matricey ones? Even though I know her matricey is not necessarily cracked. What do y'all think? My spenders out there who've been through this hell already. Looks like it says, I also finished Fruit of the Evolver. You are right. The second half is better. Yeah, but the beginning is rough a little bit. But the second, as soon as you get to the racing arc, it gets better. Yeah. Also, there's a guaranteed season 2 coming. So yeah. Oh God, Grin, greeting. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why am I greeting? What's happening? Looks like it says no Grin. Okay, so this is not worth a power investment. We should just let these turn over and convert into wishes for this. I guess or into black gold, so I can buy SSR or standard SSR characters. I guess I could just let this get bigger, and then in the 6-month mark, if we're thinking that far in the future, which I think 2.0 is probably going to come faster than that. But anyways, then we could just buy the copies of Cobalt or whomever I want. So I guess it's not useless. It's just depending if you want to spend black nucleus or not. I guess we'll let it turn over then, if that's what you guys' take is. I guess because this is just a hell, I take it. It's just a nightmare hell. Not worth it unless it's really good, like a fucking a good on anybody kind of matrixy. Well, let's equip our weapon, our new weapon. We did also get an increase to our girl. Let's see. I don't think upgrade, advance, equip, boom. I don't think we got that. No, we're 1 away to getting her cap thing, whatever it's called. Let's see. What's the actual cap on this? What tier did I just unlock? I think we got 2, which is after dodging, summoning a healing bee. No, that's not right. Wait, yeah, I don't think we got the right one. Let's see. Simulacrum. Where is she? This? No, we're not. We're still far enough away. Also, it's not a great DM. Also, we got one for Crow, but I guess we'll put it in there. It's pointless to not. Where's my weapons? Crow, upgrade. Slap that thing in there, I guess. Bang. Crow's actual outfit, I would like to have the cooler equivalent, because it looks kind of rad. The abs, little much, but the cool aviators and whatnot, pretty cool. Also, forgive me if you hear dogs just popping off like crazy. Also, Despite I level this weapon quite up a lot, leveled up a lot, Jesus words, we are going to be switching it to, of course, Cobalt's weapon. All right. God, that's massive. Also, excuse me, put on that goddamn skin. The coolest looking character in the game. Oof. Not quite. Lyra is that. But right now, she has the crown. Dogs be barking. Sorry. This upgrade. Nope. This one. Upgrade. Let's see if I prepared good enough. I was gonna grind metal or like red gold, but never did. So stupid, pain, all that. Keep pushing it. Man, I wish there was an easy way to level it up. Just kind of like full send it. Like suck up all my resources, but do the job. Lone Seeker says, Grin, are you gonna torment me with Shiro this whole stream? Why, man? What do you mean? What? Lone Seeker says, looks cringe. What looks cringe? What looks cringe? Oh, you mean, is really, everyone hates Zero that much? Not Zero, sorry, Crow, I mean. You don't like Crow's outfit? I think Crow's outfit looks pretty neat. This, gold, level 50. So when I get to 60s, where I think it's just halt, because it's like, I want the world. Pain. Apparently I haven't had to, well, again. Oh, wait. We're actually there at 70. Yeah, wait, right? Are we at 70? We're at level 90. That doesn't make sense. I'm missing something. Yeah, I think we got to get to a certain point. There we go. Now we finally hit the limit. Let's get some red. I guess we'll just keep getting reds. Maybe like that many. Then we'll just convert. Good. Level 100. Oh, right. It goes beyond that. It goes 120 or something. Right. It takes this to 130. Right. 100. Got it. Forgot it. Let's fuse more. We need 5. 1, 2, 3. That should be enough. Ooh, I got some of these. Ooh, we need a lot of them. A lot of them things. All right. We're still pushing. This will be my first, maybe, possibly maxed weapon. Granted, my levels actually, I'm not at the level cap, so probably not. But 6. Dogs are. Are we back? Can someone say hello if you can hear me? I guess I could click off and see too. Oh, Red says I hear you. Okay, good. Stream got disconnected, Red. Can you see me too? How are you liking Cobalt? I haven't got around to playing. Yes, you can see me. Okay, good. Oh, did the extreme cut? Yeah, it dropped for a minute. I could see it do it, but maybe it just was instantaneously back up. Might also disconnected there. Also, why does she have weird like animations pop up above her head? It's kind of strange. Let's keep leveling up. That's what happened. Also, I hope I didn't just like maximize. Yeah. Oh, shit. So whilst I was like, convert, it continued to do that, even though it didn't show it. So fun. Great. How much do I need of this? A little bit more. Actually, can I just infuse some like lower tier ones that I have a lot of? Yeah, okay, good. All right, keep full sending it. Keep full sending it. Can I just keep converting the ones I have? Let's do 4, and then I'll actually just wish for the rest. Man, things get expensive. 130. Requires 70. I'm not level 70 yet, so that's about as much as we can do. I'm 6 to 8, close, not quite there. Oh, I gotta put matrices on the weapon, but we're gonna start to enjoy the character. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you also, Super, for telling me everything looks nice, because I need to make sure the stream doesn't break. Okay, Let's switch. Ooh. So I have this set, which increases damage to enemies being like stacked on top of each other, which is neat. But we also have this one, which is the shatter one on you, which if HP is less than 30% after being attacked, gain shield equivalent of 20 to survivability things. It's not great. It's not great. There's also ones like this, which is like, I guess we could just hit a fix and see what we're rocking. In this one we have, I guess we'll just go through the paces. I feel like we should just, to get a move on, we should equip all of this. Although, what does this say? Using discharge skill, current weapon grants, yeah. This one, deal higher damage, lower HP. Why, God, man? We'll just equip everything that's on the one sword just for timely sake. What? No, a fix. God damn it. Fix, switch out to Claymore, Rose weapon, to that. Where's Rose's weapon? That fix. The Rose weapon will be unequipped. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Rose. And by Rose, I mean, not Rose. I mean, Merle. Shit. A fix. There we go. Okay, so, not the best artifacts. I just don't know if I should disarm this one, because it kind of was good with the, like, multiple enemies being stacked on each other, just smashes. But yes. Anyways, let's just start with a nice soft entry point and do some dailies. But then, unless Bolty, if you want to play together and you wanted to grind for Frontier Clash, then we could do that first if you're just busy. If you're already not busy, just want to go to sleep. But yes. But Red says, how are you liking Cobalt? You're enjoying her? What do you call it? Yeah, I haven't played her yet, so I can't quite say yet. I think, just based on the tutorial, I liked her a lot. But we actually came up pretty on top as far as wishes are concerned. We didn't get her immediately, but we did come out with like a lot of SSRs. But only one Cobalt. But how much? Maybe we didn't come out too hot. Let me see. Now we have 17k. Not bad. We only spent 150 of our base. So if Lynn comes, hopefully we can make it happen. But yeah, it's kind of less than you think because we don't have as much of the other things. But yes, look at this. They really need to make this feel less floaty. But anyways, solid. Ooh, a thing. How much damage do I deal? Please let it be something. It's okay. No, it's pretty good actually. I just want when the range hit's not very good, but everything else seems solid. Ooh, look at you. Also, I have not used this character yet, so forgive me. Okay, also, her shatter was not applied when we did the beta testing, or when we tried her test run, sorry. Also, we should try this. Double dump this. The shield break does not seem as shield breaky as I was hoping. It seems a little slow, shield break wise. Maybe this enemy's just also stacked. That could also be the case. Also, I need to use this discharge more. Do that. Bang. Or charge. Yeah, man, this is going to take some time to get used to a different character. I'm so used to you just playing... well, I knew this was going to happen, too. I'm so used to playing the one person, so it's all rough. Red says, change my hairstyle because Cobalt's weapon. Oh, the pigtails, you mean? Or, like, was it clipping or something? Weird. What if Lynn's not next? What if that was like, ugh. I got Cobalt on my 40th pull. Had 30 pity. Saving the rest now. Nice, man. That's awesome. So your 50th pull or something like that? 50 pulls it took? Nice. That's huge, man. What do you call it? Did you prep better than me, Red? Do you have better artifacts? Matrices, I mean. Well, my thing, I knew this from the start, but I knew it would probably be better just to... Also, why did I spawn to this one and not... Yeah, weird. I guess it doesn't matter. You can move quite quickly. But yes, I do not have any matrices for her. I'm kind of waiting to get crows, though. I think I may just try to binge farming... what's his name? The dragon? Like, even just be the guy who's like, come on, please help me fight the dragon or something in chat. Man, it's good to have a new character, I think, regardless of if whatever she is. Also, she's a fire character, so that's huge. So this shit that I wasn't being able to deal with is finally open, which is nice. What's good, Mark? Mark says, was the perfect decipher or purpose? What you mean? I'm playing Ascent right now, so I won't be on. Gotcha. Enjoy Descent. Also, what do you mean descent? What is that game? I'm about to say the range is a little bit sketchy. It's non-existent. Also, I didn't know you had this range attack. I guess you should always lead in with this, right? Maybe it's more of a damage thing. Funny because we're doing like 10k and whatnot. But yeah, also I gotta get used to double jumping and then firing. Yeah, double jump, then hit. There we go. A little strange, a little different. A little different. Also, we're at level 60, 69. So close. Well, actually, maybe is the level cap increased again? Golly, I don't think so. Hopefully not. Although level cap is less bad as long as you're doing Frontier Clash, which is part of the thing which I just want to get around to doing, even if it's just me, because I want to start Frontier Clash. Just seems like it's a significant easier way to farm support points. Man, I don't want to spoil it. Nah, I'm not gonna spoil it. But I made a video about support points. There's a way, like, all I'm gonna say is the mobile app of Tower of Fantasy is like great. It looks great. To me, it really is efficient, and it's so nice to farm. Like if you're like last in Genshin, it's like you gotta load in. You gotta go to a domain, you gotta enter, you gotta play. In this game, you literally just start up an activity, hit autoplay, and then just have your phone sitting there, and you just profit, essentially. You can just do the thing. So I'm like, this is nice. This is really nice. Like, as far as, like, how easy it is to get in, get yours, and then leave, it's pretty up there, which is nice. Give me this, and give me this, and I guess we'll break this. Give me this and this. So I guess if we didn't mark it, no, it's all the way over here. So far away. And off we go. Unlike Hume, who can spin to shatter. Yeah, oh, like her shatter is much better. Which is weird, man, because I think she, like, to me, it's strange. Because I think shatter, like, I remember, I think maybe it was Bolty who came in here who's saying the shatter is based on your attack percentage and stuff like that. So, therefore, what do you call it? What's her name is so good. Hume is so good because you can just spin to win, essentially. And yeah, it's wild. But I thought COBALT would have a higher attack too, because that's one thing I do notice is that she doesn't seem like her shatter doesn't seem as good as Myrtle's necessarily, which I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if I love that, but you know. Oh, I didn't even think about that. When you can do that quick, man. The combos in this game are so weird, but also pretty satisfying. Keep doing that. Also, I was not able to dodge that. Also, yeah, her dodge forward is kind of nice. Oh, man, it's good to know. You're just a little bit far away. Yeah, I don't know if you should just make sure you farm out the other one. Like, I'm trying to get a read on the damage. Come on. Oh, I don't have any stamina. That's what's happening. Oh, I can use these. Bang. Bang. Oh, he put up a thing. Yeah, I feel like our charge is, well, maybe it's just the best charge that I got, which is to say, Spark says, howdy, do you think you'll try Overwatch? Ooh, man, we used to play a lot of Overwatch back in the day. I don't know, man. To me, I think the age of just like, I don't know, maybe on streams there is something there, like that's the whole point of our streams to an extent, is like we can just play whatever we want. This is kind of like the smorgasbord of whatever we desire. But to me, as far as like covering games, I'm not sure, Sparks. But yeah, like I feel like you have to mainline a game on a channel. But at the same time, I don't know. I remember playing Overwatch. The only thing is that I don't know. It's funny because like whenever I think of Overwatch, I just think of how much I like Battleborn. You know what I mean? And it's not that I don't like Overwatch. It's just that to me, like the requirement to enjoy that game to me was you have to actually experience and be good at it. Like you have to take the time to like play one character and to do that stuff. Also, I feel like that game is made so much better by having like a tight group of friends to play it, because that's why I see a lot of people who dig a lot out of it enjoy it in that way. Red says, Ruby was leaked for the next banner. Check the Reddit. Wait, what? Okay, so it's not Lynn. But Ruby... Okay, well, I'm happy that... Oh, fuck. What if they do that shit? Oh, what if they do that shit, dude? That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense. For them to do Cobalt Ruby, and then make Ruby not have flame resonance to validate Cobalt, and also to validate Ruby because she's a great charge character, and then to introduce the cryo person, or to introduce Lynn there. I could see them trying to like burn out your resin or burn out your primo gems and then drop Lynn to kind of be like, there it is, you know. But I didn't know that. So like the Reddit has nailed it, or what? How is there, like, is she in the game and the others aren't necessarily? Because that's kind of a nice bait and switch. Because in the event for Vetra, we can see that it's Lynn and then Ruby and then what's her name. But that also could be Ruby and then, oh, I don't know what they would do next. I feel like it would be smart to save Lynn for like the moment, you know, because I think more people want this person than they want Ruby. So I think if they were trying to be clever, they would get, you know, they basically pace that out so she would be right before her. That way, like, people are incentivized to deplete your points and then go on Lynn. Yeah, but that's interesting, Red. Oh, okay. Red says Ruby is keeping the fire resonance according to beta testers. The data miners perhaps may change. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because to me, man, like my whole thought, man, is Cobalt is good, but Ruby seems to be extremely good. She has CC. She has like a consistent range beam with endless range. Yeah, like it's for they're trying to fight the power creep thing. Cobalt, if Ruby remains the same, I think will be immediately power crept by Ruby. And Ruby's also has an insane discharge, or weapon charge. And I like Cobalt. I'm just saying. But to me, when I look at the skills, the fact that Ruby can toss a bunny and like suck in people, the fact that she can single target damage someone is nuts. The fact that she's also a shatter character. The fact that people also talk about how crazy her focus is, her like blitz, all that stuff. To me, I would hope that they would adjust her in some way to not make Cobalt kind of obsolete. But yeah, you know. But we'll see. I do think if Ruby does come down the pipeline, we will also be wishing for Ruby. So hopefully, no more Dance with Wishes to grind a nucleus. But yeah, I would definitely be going for Ruby as well, which is rough because then again, if it goes Cobalt, Ruby, Lynn, oof, ooh, pain. Ooh, that's gonna be not great. What are we gonna do now? We could jump in and do. We have a lot to do. Oh, I'm maxed out on resin. Let me just quickly deal with that. Actually, I've maxed out my weapon, so I don't really need to focus on that anymore. What's today? Ugh, nah, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. I guess, yeah, we'll just do this. This is just my kind of like fail-safe thing. Also, we can talk, so it worked out. This is what I do just to kind of burn my res, because these are always kind of good, especially if you're leveling up 3 weapons. Red says, I have a very mediocre matrice on everyone, though I finally got a 2-piece set for Shiro's matrice, which I'm using on Kaba. Ooh, that's probably nice. GRINN isn't too big on PvP sparks. So not likely. Actually, I really do like PvP games. I like any game that has cooperative play, and I think Overwatch has that. So like, and also the thing is, I think Overwatch is best because I used to play like what's it called, smurfing essentially. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's basically where you're playing by yourself in a team game, which I like because I like supporting my team and like saving people. I.e. Battleborn videos, i.e. some of the Overwatch videos. I love playing the support the most because I feel like not a lot of people know how to play the support properly, I guess. And even worse people play TPSs. Anyways, regardless, I really actually do like anything that has a co-op element where I can like make you supersede yourself. That's fun to me. I don't like competition games like Warzone where it's literally just you and your unit. Although you can get dropped in 2 seconds. Stuff like that I don't really feel. I feel like it's more competitive based rather than team based. And I like team based games more than I do competitive games where it's just like it's you against the world. Give it your all kind of thing, you know. Yeah, again, I wouldn't say I dislike PvP games. I'd say that to me, usually I get sick of them pretty fast. Like I got obsessed with Halo for like a week and became pretty good at it, or okay at it, I should say, relative of course. But yeah, I got good on PC when I was playing with the controller, so not bad. Bam. Red says, sadly, yeah, Cobalt's percentages are fairly low. She is middling overall for Shatter, and in general, from what I've seen of her damage kit testing by people on Reddit. I see. But Cobalt is fun, so I don't care. Yeah, also, I'm just happy to have an A character. Again, some people had Frigg, which is, like, you know, fun character, but for me, I was in the point where I was like, I need, in order to keep enjoying this game and in order to be happy about it, I do need something else to feel, because I just want to build something and feel good about building it. You know what I mean? Can you invite me to burn resin? Sure, yeah. But you also want to come in, Red? Okay. Red says Ruby is keeping. Oh, right, maybe changed. I always find it interesting to read all the number crunching and testing of characters in these games, but I don't let it affect my choice for pulling. If I like a character enough, I pull. Yeah, that's a good thing. I think that's probably how most people feel. Where like if you hear about a character being overwhelmingly good. And you feel like you're constantly underdamaged or underpowered, you're like, well, okay, I might take a thing on that. Or a character that is maybe not your, it's like you like the look of them, but you don't love the look of them. If they're really good, you're like, all right, I like them. You know, it's good enough. But for the characters that you are not very good, but you love the look of, then you go in. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed that they kept. I mean, I think people who are not going for Cobalt are probably gonna be over the moon happy for Ruby having resonance. It makes me like, if nothing gives, and that's like an incredible power creep on Cobalt. And if that's staying, the like resonance, it weirdly still makes Cobalt less valuable, but also makes me worried if they're gonna nerf something else in Ruby. Yeah. It says, so are we benching Samir? I don't think so. I think we have to bench a Merle. Just because Merle is the Shatter character in my team, and I still need a little bit of healing, you know? So I think, and Samir is the one I've been leveling up her weapon the most. But when we probably get Ruby, yeah, probably we're going to be benching. Well, it depends. Well, yeah, we have a copy of the damn wand. So we probably will go in on that too. Or sorry, we'll probably keep that as my map, by the way. Do that, burn my resin a little bit more. I was gonna burn a little bit of my resin, but if you guys want to go all the way to the bottom, I guess we do that too. Losing says, also Grin, you have a series on the channel called Try Harder, where he plays online game. Well, we played one, but yes. Also, it was not much of a series so much as it's a video that I was planning on making more videos of, but then I realized, well, first of all, it was super discouraging. Like, I didn't mention that in that video. I spent probably so long editing, probably the video that I put the most time into, and nobody's seen it, which was shitty. So like, to me, I played the game hardcore for a week, each day, making sure to, like, mid-max and, like, perceive how I was going to get better and grind that through, like, with winning in mind premise, which worked really well. I got to like I don't know what it was, like a 25 or something KD, and won most of the games I was in, which is nice. Until matchmaking started to put me, like, I still had a high KD, but like winning the matches became like, oh no, you're just put on a team where you're able to lift up other people because weird things. Anyways, point being, I worked hard on that video and did not do well. I probably could have edited it better. I know more about editing now, about engagement, whatnot, but it was still one of those things where I was like, this took in order to do this series properly, which is like, how do I get good at a video game? How do I get good at a multiplayer game? it required a lot of time and energy and thought, and then for that thought to not be rewarded, and maybe it's selfish, I think it should be rewarded right at the hop. It's probably not a good idea, but pain. Still like, oh. It was like a whole 2 weeks after I finished the first week of editing, and I was like, oh, and then nothing did well. And I was like, Red says, I swap Hume for a Cobalt. That seems good. Yeah. Not quite as crazy as Shatter, but still probably pretty good. I'll probably swap Nemesis if I get Shiro. I still use Nemesis when needed, though. Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, that's a great example of, like, you probably got Nemesis because you heard she was good. She was also just a character, so why not? But, yeah, like, you like Shiro's design better. Although, couldn't you just... Oh, I guess it depends on what characters you have. But I was about to say, well, couldn't you just, like, equip Shiro's look? Well, I guess maybe, yeah, maybe you don't. It's not even about Shiro's look. It's just about her weapon and what it does, which is neat, could be neat. I got Shiro C2. Ooh, nice. Don't let Lone Syndicate hear that. He's not gonna be happy about it. I should finish this coffee. It's not that deep into the stream yet, but I can't believe it's been 40 minutes. Having a great time playing Cobalt. Although I should have probably expected that. Again, the fact that I've been playing basically only Samir for like the entire conception of these however minutes have been, maybe 2 months, less than that probably, since this game's launched, it like, yeah, I like when I was playing Cobalt, I was like, jump, hit, right, no, it double jump activates your one hit, and yeah, Too late, Pulty. Why must you torment me? Why do you hurt me? So wait, Lone Syndicate, you binged through Fruit of the Evolver in like a day and a half? The whole thing? Well, okay, what made you, because I genuinely am curious, what was the thing that made you watch it? Was it like fast pace? Was it the humor? Because I wanted to make a video on it, and I would like to callous my thoughts on it before I do that. Donkey waifu? I was about to say, Bolty, what did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? Fruit of the Evolver. Because to me, well, I genuinely want to get I don't want to pollute the well, so to speak. Says Bolty. Same question goes to you, by the way, Lone Syndicate. Anyone else who's watched it as well? For those guys who do not know, the show that we're talking about is a show. Well, it's hard to really describe, but I'll let you guys type in, and hopefully you'll just send it, even if I say something that makes you do a double take. I really like the gorilla voice actor. Yeah, that's true. Very cute. Reminds me of Sailor Moon. Oh, sorry, I gotta hit the button. Okay, so my thoughts on the show a little bit, man. I think it genuinely, one of the things is that it has so many taglines of what I like in a show. Like, to me, it basically feels like a comedy anime that's trying to mine out tags, essentially, but it never capitalizes on those tags at all for why people like the tag. So it ends up just kind of being frustrating, and it doesn't really like find the goofy fun in the tag like Konosuba kind of does a lot of the time. Like overpowered magic, yeah, but the girl tanks herself and she's just passed out, like completely vulnerable the whole time. So it's like there's the goofy fun, like explosion, nuke a castle, overpowered, but contrast with a girl just fucking like passing out. Like there's contrast there. There's a joke in the mix. There's a punchline to the haha, oh shit, that kind of thing. But in Fruit of the Evolver, I just feel like first of all, my perception of going into it was flawed. because I thought it was going to be like a power fantasy. I thought it was going to maybe be like a romance, harem, different caricatures kind of show, but it's not. The entire show, at least to me, is built off of the understanding of like, this is a comedy show. We're going to make people laugh. But then sometimes, like the first 2 episodes don't really feel like there's a punchline to anything. It's just kind of, look at this silly thing. Like, to be clear, I do enjoy the show, but the first 8 episodes are rough. At least to me. The whole thought when I was watching it was very much like, oh, you want to see a comedy? Watch Konosuba, or like these other shows that really nail like this punchline, this absurdity, this trope, and have fun with it. If you want to see like a romance, different character harem-y show, whatever, here are these characters that do it really well, or here are these anime that do it really well. If you want the power fantasy, there's Overlord, there's Shield Hero, and I don't like doing that as well because I realize that that's just, you could put any show in contrast to those shows and it would just devour it entirely. I get that, but yeah. With that being said, though, as soon as it got to the 80th% or the 8th episode mark, as soon as it got to the racing arc in Fruit of the Evolver, I feel like that's when it started to pick up its pace to me. It's funny because Bolty mentions it, but what do you call it? Donkey waifu. It's true. To me, that's when it started to understand like the comedy aspect better, to where it wasn't really doting on this like weird power fantasy, half-assing it kind of thing. Because literally the show is like he's doing nothing. He interacts with a book in a fantasy world, and then like a voice says, here is every single spell that's ever existed for water, and you're a master at it now. That's the level of like power fantasy in the game and in the anime, but it's not like fun. It's not like it doesn't like work up to it. It doesn't like he also doesn't use it. Like it's just like, why call this a power fantasy show? But I didn't dislike it. To me, I just feel like there are shows that do, again, I think my whole fucked up thing is that it's a comedy show that like you shouldn't even look at the other things like, oh, you know, harem, oh, what do you call it, power fantasy. Like it's just, what is the thing that we can maybe have fun with and goof around with? And then as the show progresses, I think it gets a little bit better about some of those things, but it's not very good about introducing them to you. And I don't know if it was like a manga thing versus an anime thing, but I felt like it was kind of rough. Also, Bolty and Red, do you guys want to do the Fortress Clash? I gotta bang this out anyway because I want to use it as a farm for what you call it, for support points. Also, sorry, Michael. What's good, Michael? How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Losinic says first half had good pacing, but not all that fun. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking too. The first half I didn't think was funny. The second half I thought was a lot more funny. While the second half is all right pacing, but got me to laugh. Yeah. I feel like the first half. Yeah, you're right. I didn't dislike the pacing. I felt kind of unsatisfied by constantly seeing tropes. I was just like, I don't know. Not really affecting, you know, like, again, the reason why you'd watch a power fantasy show or a character getting a level up is because you want to see him have an advantage on the world, you know, you want to see him punch through something. All right, so thank you also for telling me. Michael says, Squibs, our boy Squibs, how are you, Squibs? It throws me for loop. You guys have all these names. I know Michael's probably your actual name, but I know you as Squibs. Max says, damn, I totally joined too, but I just started eating. Yeah, it's okay, Max. We'll probably do this on Sunday or something like that. Or, yeah, Sunday, yeah. Let me do the thing. Also, guys, also what I'm doing, we're not auto-playing it. I still haven't pulled the trigger on that VR thing, because I'm still trying to pace it out in my head. I'm like, if I can do it. But yeah, I unfortunately am a very obsessive person, like, where, not an obsessive in like a destructive way, or like whatever. I could see that being a very negative trait. But for me, it's like more of like I get too focused on things. I don't feel like I have ownership of them, but I do have this feeling of like, I kind of keep thinking about how it would work out if I did this and that. So, you know, I hope it works out, kind of thing. Oh, also, can you not back? Oh, I need to eat my stamina shrooms. I'm being stupid. So let's just fully send that. Oh, it's so far away. I can't do the double jumpy hits. Please reach, thank God. Please, God, not like this. Nice. Oh, we got gauntlets, baby. Ooh, that could have critical on it. Can't wait. Hopefully. Do I still have it on story and relic runes in this game? So we got like plenty to do still. Oh, that didn't reach, you son of a bitch. I wonder if I can do a double jump this and then do a no, I can't. You just kind of fall. You awkwardly fall. Nope, not like that. Like this. Like this. Then this. No, activate that. There we go. You fast son of a bitch. The range on that is pretty solid though. Ooh, I finally have a shatter character. Bop, bop, bop this. Cut through him. Man, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like the shatter is, it feels like you're not playing a shatter character. So maybe people were like, oh, you know, her shatter wasn't activated in the quest, but it was, and it was just that bad. Oh no. Oh, come on. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I? What the fuck is the point? Oh, you get stunned. Just kill me. Like, what? I can't get out of it. Whoa. Maybe you could iframe dodge it. Ugh. Unsatisfying. Feels so shit. So many games are like, what's the most horrible way to die in a game and makes you feel like you want to stop playing? That? Okay, let's do that. Why? What is your problem? Come here, you son of a bitch. No, activate this. Please lock on, thank God. For what it's worth, her charge seems pretty huge. Come on. Is there an attack that does more shatter than the others that I'm not using? Like a dodge, maybe? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Excuse me? Chuck, man, it doesn't last a long time. It felt longer when you've seen it from afar. Get out of there. At least I'm in the air. Oh, I was about to say I might have been in there in the shit of it. Golly. Golly. I will do this. Get out of there. We'll do this. We'll do this. That's pretty cool. So when you switch to her and you're in the air, like with Samir, it actually works out kind of well. We killed the 2-1 with 4 minutes. Ooh, got a gauntlet too. We got gauntlet and gloves. Not bad. I could probably tag along next one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll let you in a minute. As soon as we're done doing the second one. Yeah, right. Oh, it's Valkyrie. All right, it's Valkyrie. Great. Come on. Man, her range, I will say that. I'm very disappointed with her range. It's like the same as Samir's. I was hoping it'd be an improvement. It's the same. Although I will say, weirdly enough, I do think Cobalt and Samir's weapons actually look like they make sense. Like her using them. So I don't know if it's better to spam Meteorite or just shoot. Probably just shoot. Just 5k or so. She says. Also, her charge is not that bad. There's like a huge hit. Excuse me. Excuse me. I wonder if the charge, her like weapon discharge actually scales the best for shattering a shield. I don't know. My face is so itchy. We have this again. Every time we put on that, it puts on that damn shield. Oh, so that guy's tanking like crazy. Well, let's see. She has her shield up. Charge hit, missed. Charge hit, did not miss. It just went off. Sometimes she'll just say, I'm out. Ooh. So you know what the next one we're watching, Loiston, again? The next one we're watching is called Another World Pharmacy is what it's called. Oh, I didn't lock on properly. Oh, she still had hella reach. That's good. Honestly, I think our charge is this. Oh, sorry, this. Oh, wow, you need a lot of stamina to break through that. Never mind. Just use her normal, like, little punt, like that. Little backflip hit. Well, hopefully that won out. Shit. Lone Sinker says, so I was thinking about starting now. so that's perfect. Yeah, it was that or Overlord. I guess that's probably the next one after that, because I do want to have some timely shows that I'm responding to, you know? Not like these old as fuck shows. People are like, who watches this? I watched this like a season ago. Also, we got down to our second health bar. This is big for us. Not for me, I should say. So I'm sure Bolty and whatnot have killed it, but yeah. Damn you. Eesh. Man, she is just so hard to fight. Spends 90% of the time in air. Well, at least you can hit her there. She just refuses to get down. Well, we got 2. It's okay. Actually, not bad. Not a bad roll. This week is significantly better. Sometimes we go a whole week without getting any gold, so not too bad. Lone Sinker says, I felt that the characters in the second half, I didn't really get to know them as well as Zara and Arster, yeah, the 2 other people. Yeah, the kind of like little cat person was kind of quick in there. Yeah, gorilla person we had a lot of time with. Same thing with the like axe girl. I feel like there was a lot of time with that character as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe because I just think it's like I like the things that it does, and also I'm very curious because if you look at season 2's trailer, Lone Syndicate, if you Google that or YouTube that, like the animation gets cranked up to 10. It's like insane. So to me, I wonder if it's like just the adaptation of the people who made the first season that wanted to go more comedy because they didn't have a budget to really go buck wild. But yeah, I wonder if that's the weird thing there, if like now they like, oh, it succeeded, let's invest in it, and now maybe it's gonna be mad. People are gonna be mad because it was supposed to be this big Pooba kind of game, or big Pooba or comedy show, and now it's pivoting to something else. So yeah, could be. Michael says, or Squib says, just wondered how you're going to do Deathverse stuff. Just asking, as I've not been here for a while. Lone Syndicate helped me a lot and sent me some of his gameplay, so we're probably gonna do a voiceover of that, just goofing off while looking at his gameplay, hyping him up, being a commentator kind of thing. Which hopefully will be fun for some people until I can actually get in game, until we can have it on PC and get after it. But yeah. Oh, Bodhi says I started as is that what it's called? It's like the pharmacy one. Wait, you said Another World Pharmacy. Yeah, that's isn't that the one I'm thinking of? It's like the guy who's like a blonde kid who gets reincarnated. Finished episode 1, and the ending of that convinced me to watch. Oh yeah, dude, is it the ending? Is the ending where the girl like you don't have a shadow? I seen that clip on Crunchyroll dubs, and I added it to the queue because so many times in these shows, these like power fantasy reincarnated bullshit, the world is like dumb. Like people are just like, oh, that's something that I've never seen before and has never been described. Well, you're weird. Instead of like, what? What the fuck? What is happening? Nah, Ascended World is SAO like anime. Okay, I'm gonna Google that real quick. Give me a second. Pause. Also, I did invite you, Max. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Ascended World. What is this about? It sounds familiar. Oh, this is an old ass show. Yeah, it's a chunky monkey who gets access to a crazy like thing. He's real good. I haven't finished it. I watched it. I didn't finish it because the main character to me was, I don't know. I wanted him to become like you know, like when you're constantly hearing a character kind of be like, well, I'm not sure about myself. I'm not sure about if you're not gonna believe in you, why should I believe in you? You know what I mean? Because I feel like of course everyone has the glow up, the phase of like I'm grinding, I'm getting after it. But eventually it just got to the point where like we were at episode 6 and he's still like, oh, I'm not sure. And I'm like, come on, get the fight nut up. Jesus, man, this is hard to watch. But yes. Hard mode. Max says, my bad. Okay, yeah, you were doing something. Gotcha. Friend.
Machines get fatigued too. Don't forget proper maintenance.
Nice. Nope, not bygone. Apex. Hard mode. Go. My chest. Red says, I died a lot. Sorry, don't be apologizing, Red. Who cares? I've been getting carried like crazy. So like, yeah, I don't die a lot, but I have no fucking damage. Yeah. Bodie says, by the way, Lone said your gameplay was clean. I know, I seen the same thing. I was like, man, PS5 had to glow up. One hell of a glow up. That looks clean. Apparently, Fruit of the Evolver got mixed reviews, as well as Season 2 got me interested to see him reunite with his class. Yeah, right, that's the other thing. Like, to me, I'm going to make the video and I'm going to kind of, my, like, hot takes are, I think there are other shows that if you like the power fantasy, if you like the harem thing, or like romance, different character types type thing, if you like all those tropes, this is not the show for you. Like, this show dips its toe into some of them and makes it's a comedy. So it's just if you have the framing of going to the show as that it's a comedy, it gets better, and it's definitely not like if you like these kinds of things like power fantasy. I don't think it's going to take care of you and like satisfy you, at least not to the extent in which, like, you know, I'll be honest, for like the first 6 episodes, my initial intake was it's very mid. It's very like, I think there's better comedies, I think there's better isekais, I think there's better fantasy shows. But at the end, I can't really describe it, but at the end, I kind of got Stockholm Syndrome. I kind of thought, I kind of wanted to see him, like, yeah, like Lone Syndicate's saying, like, I kind of want to see him what happens when he interacts with his friends. I kind of want to see what's happening with all that shit, you know? I don't know. I still don't think it's a great show. Like, I'm not sure, like, it's a must-watch. I think it's, like, if you want a goofy, fun, like, also at the end there, they started getting memey. Like, I'm not sure if you guys seen in the one scene where, like, there's a meme cat in the like art showcase at the very end of the anime. It's stuff like that. There's stuff there. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, cute, but also, yeah, I can't forget the first couple hours I watched, which was like, so yeah, mixed to say the least. Oh wait, Michael, Squibs, it's out on PC right now? Shit, I guess that makes sense. It's been out for almost a week or something. Really? Are you sure it's out on PC? Oh, well, we'll see then. I thought I had a little more time because I still got to do some Tower Fantasy things. But we'll go through that one video because I also I don't know. Ooh, it's hard to really. I don't really want to say it, to be honest. But I don't want to I don't want to play the game right now, to be honest. I mean, like, I'm enjoying Tower Fantasy to the extent in which I quite enjoy it, and I'm also managing, like, still learning YouTube things. And like kind of keeping a good pace on that. So I don't want to not like the game, so I don't want to not play it, which is why I also was kind of grateful that, like, you know, we were still what I thought was a couple weeks out from PC release. And also I was grateful that I could like kind of build off of the back of some of the people who really do like the show and or the game the type of game like that it is, Deathverse, and I can just showcase your guys' amazingness, which I always thought was honestly a far better situation. Like I kind of started doing that towards the end of the previous game, Let It Die, like when it comes to armors and showcasing them and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, but to me it's like those kinds of games have such a time sink into becoming good at them and to becoming bearable to watch. So I don't know. We'll see what the future looks like on that. But I do want to make a couple videos regardless, just because I do have a following here on YouTube of Deathverse, and I would like to play it for like a week probably straight. Probably interchanging Tower Fantasy in the game for a week just to see. But maybe next week I'll feel like way more like, yeah, but right now, also today is just one of those days where I've had not a lot of steam to do much of anything. It's kind of a weird feeling, but yeah, I got some of those days sometimes, you know. Max says, oh, my bad, invite, all right, GRINN, the title is Parallel World Farm, that's where it's, sorry, that's where it's, yeah, I knew it was something pharmacy. I thought it was like another world pharmacy, and I was like, okay, but Parallel World makes sense. Oh, that was the one I was talking about, Bolty. If you wanted to go check out the I'm not sure it would be the first thing you'd find when you YouTube it, but it's one of those clips that to me was like, again, whoever's running the Funimation dubs channel has done such a good, like, you know, when you see Wendy's marketing, like their Twitter, just fucking being savage and like fucking funny and weird and shit like that. It's like that. It's like these like really inside baseball like titling of the community of anime watchers and goofiness and stuff like that. And yeah, it's the same premise. Also, they're just being really good about like actually making clips that people want to see. Like it's for the first time in a long time, it seemed like finally there was a generational shift between the people who are operating the first thing, and then now it's finally being operated by people who actually at least watch anime to some extent. Also, shit. Ugh. Though some people were kind of upset that it was, that it was a story game like OG Let It Die, but if they release the story stuff... Wait, let me give me a second. What do you mean? Is there exclusive story but not on PC? Or is there not no story? Maybe that's what you're saying. Like people are expecting some story to be in there, but there was not. Yeah, I wasn't sure there'd be a story in there, to tell you the truth. I would have kind of erred on it probably not being there. I was hoping there'd be more game modes than just the thing, you know, like there was spaces for other things to be there. I was kind of hoping that there'd be like, I don't know, some sort of dungeon thing that could get you materials maybe every week, like a daily dungeon thing that you would do every day. That's just kind of like, hey, fight some mobs and get better at doing their combos rather than just fighting, you know, AI. But I don't know, you know. What's good, Roger? She came home, Roger, by the way. Not too quickly. Yep, it was a lot. We had to wish, well, it wasn't that much. We still have 17K left over, but Roger, I'm sweating bullets because apparently Ruby's next, and oh boy, I want Ruby a lot. So, you know, it's a whole thing. It's pain. But we did get her, and she seems great. I will say her, like, shatter is not, yeah, it almost feels like it's not there, you know? But at least with Merle, you're like, yeah, fucking, we're knocking heads. With this one, it's like, I mean, I feel like I killed them, again, same principle, which is like, I killed them before I break their shield, which is like, what? So, I don't know. Roger says, it would be a glorious day for Tower of Fantasy, would be about, Sir GRINN would be at the helm. Thank you, Roger. I'm sure I butchered that. I feel like I missed a word or two. You're not happy. You're not happy. How was your day, Roger? Also, did you wish for, of course, COBALT-B? And are you excited for Ruby in the slightest, or is it not your kind of character? Oh, come on! I was completely out of the zone. No, switch to my thing. Oh, she's coming back. Stop it. I don't want to push in. Because, yeah, death. Jeez Louise. Oh, use this. She's so fast. the Valkyrie laughing like that? Jeez. Valkyrie's a menace. My belly's growling. The good news, by the way, fasting update, I have, my body has shifted, but also, yeah, I'm not sure if it's shifted or you just get better at being starving all the time, you know, and yeah, I still am eating 3,000 calories at once, which has also destroyed the conception of eating food, just being, you know, a chore and very hard. Yeah, after 2,000 calories, things get a little gross, it turns out. But also, I feel clear mind-wise, so it has helped in that way. So, and that's what we're aiming for. Honestly, I could care less about like necessarily the health benefits. You shall conquer the odds as RNG bent to your whim. Ooh, Roger, I don't know about that. It's been rough. Honestly, Roger, I have lost my lucky horseshoe when it comes to gacha games. Like Genshin, we were killing it. Now, it's been a labor of love, simply put. Let me catch up on chat, by the way. Yeah, I really don't like how the main character looks, but when I saw it, I can alter his avatar. I have high hopes for the next episode. Yeah, it's pretty cool. His avatar looks sick, for what it's worth. His like outfit, his like suit looks pretty cool. There's a lot of moments where like, oh, I hope he fucking knocks some head. Mr. Dread says, play Deathverse, please. Yeah, eventually we'll give it a while. I just don't want to forcibly play it and then hate it. So we're going to take our time with that, so we're not, yeah. Red says, I always strive for that perfect dodge, I would assume is what you mean. Also, Michael said, it's out on PC right now, Deathverse. I've been playing it and having fun, though some people were upset, or kind of upset, that it was a story game like OG, Let It Die, but if they release story stuff season, I think it would work. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Michael? What do you mean? I mean that there wasn't stuff for Deathverse, unlike Let It Die. But I feel like if they do Fortnite-like system of story and release each season. So you're saying there's no story in the game at a base, but if they were to have like seasonal content, and each season came with like a story, kind of like Genshin, but hopefully permanent, because there's no reason for it not to be, then that would do better? Is that what you're saying? Because that to me, or are you saying there are story? Because in your first comment, I kind of, yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I know, I agree with that. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Why they wouldn't do that is, I don't know, their own weird thing, you know. Again, to me, MiHoYo is not MiHoYo, sorry, Grasshopper Manufacturer or Gung Ho specifically, to me has always made interesting choices, we'll say. Yeah. A lot of which to me don't seem like they make strategic sense, but kind of are like, we'll do that. And you're like, why? What's the plan for get people to engage? Also, I'm going to go to my house real quick. I burnt out all of my things. I guess we could do Void Rift if you want to do that real quick. Not sure if Red or Goblin or anybody wants to do that. I'm kind of want to do a temp hold to see if you can get a Cobalt. Be careful, Ruby's on her way. Should I? I don't know, Bolty. Especially now hearing Red talk about how, like, Ruby seemingly unchanged and like Cobalt is, you know, adjusted essentially. Yeah, I'm a little like, maybe the play is if you're like super low on Primo Gems. Again, I went in because I don't have any character that I kind of want to upgrade, so I wanted one at least, and that's Cobalt. But if Ruby doesn't get adjusted or changed, woof. Like it's gonna be rough, at least to me. Like I think it's a clear winner, especially seeing how Ruby seemingly has insane range in every way, and also better damage and more a laser beam that can map and hit things. Yeah, also the ability to CC things when dodging, where like Cobalt, as much as I like Cobalt, she has that. Or sorry, this is not the right weapon. She has this. That's her dodge. And instead, Ruby, when you dodge, you throw out a little teddy bear that's like in a singularity on top of being an aggro bunny. And yeah, you also have an ability that the longer you are away, the more damage you'll deal as it goes farther and farther. So it just seems like pretty stacked deck in Ruby's card. I would be shocked if Ruby remained the same, and if they did, then that's quite... I don't know, I just feel like they're succumbing to the same issue that people said that they had, which is basically power creep, you know? Except it's like literally back to back, which is insane. You have me here, Grin. Your luck ain't going nowhere. I mean, okay. All I'm saying, a little rough. Grin, did you mean Parallel World Pharmacy? I think that's what I meant, yeah. Well, I'm meaning like the show that I'm gonna watch next is gonna be the one where there's like a blonde kid who isekais himself, or gets isekai'd, and then he's like a doctor. It's like the doctor trope in an isekai slash D&D sim or whatever you want to call it. I think it's called Parallel World Pharmacy. I think you're right. That's the next show I'm gonna watch. Roger says, "Yeah, I am. I got Cobalt and shall honestly start collecting every character. Since now I am no longer wailing and." I was about to say, Roger, this whole week has been like, I mean, man, it's rough. It's a little rough because to me, also we had gear I could look at. Also, I'm not sure if anyone who's in my party right now wants to go do Void Rift. We could wait if worst case scenario, but yeah. But let's see if we got anything good real quick. We got, okay, flame attack. That's good at least. Yeah, because we have vault. We leveled this one up a lot though. It's pain. Yeah, it's a good bit of a decrease. What we could do is mark it. Where was that I just looked at? Uh-oh. Is it this? It is. Also physical attack. That could be good for... Actually, this would be actually my ideal thing for when I eventually hopefully get Lyra and Ruby and things. Is this got crit on it? It does not. Sad. Very sad. This one doesn't either. Oh, pain. We got that and then that. No, this one's better. Unfortunate. Not a great pull. I guess we could level this one up. I don't want to level it up. I guess I have to equip it and then level it up, maybe? Weird. Let us enhance. I hope I have enough. Full send. Physical attack. Okay. Physical attack again. Okay. Anything but physical attack would be cool. HP. Alright. Alright. We're done. Hey, we got almost at level 30, by the way. I didn't even notice that, but we're almost at 30. I know we're quite behind, but you know, progression. Still. Red says, see ya. Oh, you going to sleep, Bolty? Have a good night. Also, finished season 1 of Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove... I gotta look up this one too. Lone Snake been telling me about this anime for a while, guys. And then we're gonna go kill world bosses, or not world bosses, bosses in my house. Science Fell in Love. So I proved it could that one. Actually, I think I copied your whole sentence. There we go. Let's see. I bet I'll see it and I'll be like, that's the goddamn show I've seen before, but I don't know. Oh, it looks old as shit. Is this the right one? Oh, it looks old as shit. Looks funny though. Oh, I've seen this kind of. Yeah, I've seen the girl. Although that might just be a stereotypical nerdy science girl who is like, you know, whitish blue hair, you know. Looks cute. Looks cute. Now, I have not seen it before though. That's interesting. And there's all these other people around him. Is it like a harem thing? There's a fucking buff dude. Interesting. And is it... I'll probably add it to queue and watch it in a little bit, but there's too many to watch already, so we'll get to it eventually in a millennium. All right. Let me go over here and go to build. Go. Go. Whew. Oh, I have to quit my team first. Shittiness. Nope. This and then this. Dude, Cobalt looks so good. I regret nothing. I say now. And, you know, eventually. Also, I have no idea if I'm upgrading my like houses appropriately. I've just been fully sending it because I don't know. I'm asleep. Probably gonna play some Deathverse tomorrow. Then maybe we should add Deathverse tab to the Discord. Yeah, we probably could do that. There's already a lot of tabs, though. I always feel like, yeah, like I guess it's good that we had a tab that was added that basically is what is it called? It's basically a tab that's it was for gameplay specifically. But oh, I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of tabs, but at the same time, I get it. Where is the thing? There it is. Start with Toad. Lone Secret says, it is good. It is a good comedy show, and it's a show that I would recommend to anyone, but I feel like if you like science or math, you'll love it even more. Really? I am not, was never gifted nor had the proclivity for math or science, but never mind, by the way. Yeah, I killed these things at the very end of the stream, so they'll respawn at probably 7. Awesome. Awesome. Not annoying that these are on a time cycle and not like just every Monday everything gets reset. Well, what to do now? Actually, I do know what we could do now. Well, I think there's also we could do that, I guess. Maybe not. Let's see. Let me please do not be respawned. I honestly, man, I really hate the spies of the passion killing the ads in this area. There's a reason why I haven't made like a guide on the housing system, really, because so many other people did a great job at it, but also it's just like, it's pretty obvious. You just do a loop and you kill everything in its place, you know. Also, what's your kanji? I don't know what your name is, but I'm gonna call you that for now until you tell me. I think everything respawned. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone else is burnt out on killing the ads, but yeah, it's a lot. Maybe now with Cobalt, less bad. Let's see. I guess we'll aggro a bunch of things. Even this one down here. I'll come back and kill him. So to make this less bad, I always just tag them all really quick. It's also why Samir is huge. Hey, monkeys. Monkeys, get them over here. You're with me. How about you? Harley Quinn ripoffs. There we go. This. I'm going to use this until we can get our Giga hit / charge. God, I wish you'd be able to charge quicker. Clean. This. Now this. You just get everyone in there. Yeah, it's good. It's not. It's great. I thought it'd be better. You know, maybe also we don't have any matrices on her, but you know, not a good excuse. But still. They are changing the respawn timers for the enemies in the artificial island to weekly for all enemies. Is it at least so wait, like Red, is it not just weekly, but how do I put it into words? Like every Monday, or is it still the weird like whenever you've killed them, you have to now memorize whatever that time is and make sure you kill them at the exact same time every day? Because that's insane. How much damage does that do to his shield? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Also, aim, Cobalt. You're Cobalt. God damn it. Stop aiming straight vertically or horizontally. So it is wherever I look, right? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Let me tell you, when it's health or when it's shield, when it's health, just health, we kill it. When it's anything else, pain. Not very responsive or good, but you know. Yeah. I'm not too sure. Okay, well at least it's that. At least it's once a week you have to farm all these enemies. Hopefully they adjust the drop speed pretty good then. Yeah, I fully leveled this weapon up. I thought it'd be a little bit better than my gun, but I don't think it's better by much. In fact, it's probably worse, which is a little fucky. I guess maybe that's better. Maybe we should just focus on using that ability. Is Cobalt worth it for gacha? I have the math team of Hume, Samir, and Nemesis. Or the main team, sorry, not math, main team. It depends on what you want. Apparently, I was under the possibility or understanding that they were trying to reduce power creep in the game. So that they were probably going to position Cobalt as a support fire user as her main squeeze, i.e. having a higher shatter or having resonance still. And I thought Ruby would just be pivoted to the DPS phase, but it seems like she has remained the same, which to me just makes Ruby seem like a significantly better character than Cobalt, because she has CC on top of being a shatter character, on top of having a good charge, on top of having endless range, and also significantly better range than Cobalt's shotgun. So as much as I thought that was going to be the case, and it still could be, it's looking rough. Yeah, I don't. Her damage to me is not better than Samir's, and I don't think Samir's weapon is as leveled up. Let's check. Could be wrong on that. No, they're the same. Never mind. That's the same. So, yeah, they're actually, that makes sense. So it's the same kind of damage, I think, on both ends. Let's see. We can actually test it. Maybe it's a little bit better. Regardless, she is a fire resonance character, but apparently Ruby is as well. But don't bite my head off if they do tweak that, because I think that's actually for the best. Otherwise, it's just like Ruby is cracked out of her mind. At least that's my perception. Again, I could be wrong, but that's my take. Yes, that's how fast we kill a monkey in this one. Where is the other one? Stop at this. A little bit of a stack deck with that. Yeah, I feel like it's faster. So yeah, I mean, I guess Samir's is just a pure DPS weapon, and Cobalt is a shatter. Although I don't know, man, I'm not sure. Does anyone feel like Cobalt's shatter is a like hefty shatter? Because I don't feel like it's. I don't notice, like, at least with King or what's her name, Merle, I feel like I'm taking chunks off of the shield when I use it, whereas with Cobalt I don't really feel that way. It feels like a very slow, a little unrewarding feeling of her popping off. Again, when it comes to fire, she just nukes, but it's the one thing. It's the shield where it's like, look how much shatter she has, and it's like it should not even be there. Like I have not felt the ability to, like, when I switch to her, I'm gonna break this person's shield like this. Do you see the shield moving at all? You guys can't see because I'm blocking it. Do you see the shield moving at all? It's like nothing. Nothing. I've been laying into that thing for like a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Like, she should have no shatter. Because it's weird to have shatter without a character feeling like they actually are a shatter character. You know what I mean? Again, not a bad character. I don't regret getting her. But I do think that, like, the expectation of her having an S rank in shatter is just stupid. Maybe they still haven't applied it, but yeah, it just does not feel like a shatter. She feels like a DPS. Like, when you don't have a shield to cut through, she can slaughter a person, but yeah. Also, maybe that's the thing I'm not noticing, is that there's built-in resistance to some of the enemies we're fighting, so could be a part of it, but yeah. Roger says, I forgot to ask what server you're playing on. We're playing on North America Radiant. That's what we're playing on. It's also in the Discord if you look at our Tower Fantasy tab. I think it's the top low, like the descriptor of the channel. But yeah. Well, we play together constantly. But that'd be cool if we could play together, although I know it's... Again, I really hope in the future they let you just swap your character profile to another server. Because what happens if you're in a server that just does not have a lot of people playing, and then you're kind of shit out of luck to get games, especially with joint operations being so, you know, co-op focused. Unless they're willing to give you like AI, which would be kind of cool. How good is the range on this? Not good. not as bad as... It's actually, no, it's good. Never mind. It just takes a long time to travel. Actually, it's not bad at all. It's a crazy range. Also, hey, you over there. I see you. That's so weird. It takes like a millennia to hit, but it hits. Die! Also, I forgot about that. She has a charge hit. We do this. That seems pretty good, too. But I'll start the anime tonight since I currently wrapped up the anime I've been watching. Last week, I have to finish a lot of it. I was about to say, you also binged through Fur the Evolver instantly, basically. I was like, what? Okay. Nope, this... It's good. It's just like the charge effect is like, I don't know. It doesn't... I might be wanting too much, but I don't know. I at least thought she'd be a good shatter character, but now that when I'm hitting shields, I'm like, it doesn't really feel like we're hitting shield with a shatter weapon, with an S rank in shatter. It's not a bad character, by the way. It's not a bad character. I just want to be clear. Kanji says, actually, I saved the Dark Crystal for Lynn, and I'm saving Pity at 70, even though it's not certain to get a hero. Yeah, it's true. That's a good idea. It's a good solid like baseline to keep yourself careful and safe. I feel like you'll profit with that system. But yeah, apparently, though, Lynn's not next though, Kanji. It's not Lynn, it's someone else. It's Ruby. Apparently, that's what the beta testers are currently testing. So that's what people are saying it's next. At least that's what Red's saying, which we trust Red here. Red never left us astray. Words are hard, but yeah. Oh, I should have saved for that son of a bitch over there. Also, I feel like again, I'm kind of being mean to COBALT here. I'm just being mean to the designers who, to me, haven't really given her the feeling of an SS or an S Shatter. But I do think when I put some artifacts on her that aren't terrible, I think she'll be significantly better. Ideally, it'd be Crows. I think Crows would do really well with her. Just because Crows kind of good on any DPS kind of person. But yeah. Also, the range is pretty good. I can't believe we're hitting the people on the left. I feel like my damage just stopped there. Weird. Do this. I guess these people are weak to electric, though. Oh, please reach. Nope. Entirely missed. Alright. Gonna take some time to get used to how she plays. The charge effect is basically non-existent. Eesh. There we go. Red says Ruby is nerfed. A lot of her damage is scaled back, and her matrices have been halved. Okay, I still don't like. To me though, to me, Red, unless they have the damage thing was never Ruby's extraordinary strength. At least not what I seen. Like what I seen when I seen Ruby is a character that seemingly whenever you do damage can apply a triangle cube that locks down an enemy. That's nuts to me. The second thing I seen is that she has a bunny that when you dodge and throw, just yoinks an enemy very far away from you, which seems insane. The other thing is that she, unlike COBALT, who has this weird like single target fire. Hold. Wait, no, stop. Hold. Fire. Give it a minute. Hold. Fire. Ruby can just like laser beam somebody continually. And she also has fire resonance, so she also has, to me, I think what would be a better shield, or what would be a better shatter ability, which is basically instead of COBALT being this, couple shots every couple little bit, and also has huge AoE, Ruby's able to single target blast somebody and seemingly, well, I think at least be able to melt shield better. So to me, that's what makes Ruby so good comparatively to COBALT. Is not necessarily because of like damage numbers. So I think damage can be scaled with like good matrices and maybe constellations within a character, armor set, stuff like that, fire rating, all those things I think can scale up your damage and be good. It's the fact that like Ruby, if they're both not like the most crazy DPSs, then it's about whatever utility factor they have, and I think fuck me does Ruby have a lot. So unless they're addressing those things, which I don't want them to, that's the thing that sucks. I want them to take off resonance and keep the CC and keep the both CCs, the bunny and her triangles. And by triangles, I mean pyramids, like encasing pyramids. But regardless, I think maybe I think both of them are going to be good. So I'm not upset that I don't regret my choice. But I want to be clear about it. Just to me, I can't help but think that it seems like Ruby is extraordinarily good comparatively to what's her name. COBALT is mostly discharge skill and shatter user, so her burst is a shatter. Yeah, I know. I didn't feel like her burst did a shatter. Like to me, I like in comparative to Merle. Merle, I feel like she takes chunks out of the character's thing and lasts a long time, and that's at CU0. Whereas COBALT doesn't seem to really have that. She doesn't seem like she's that much of a hefty shatter character, I guess. Like, even when I use her ult, we were using the thing there, and I didn't really feel it that much. I may save for Lyra and use her as a DPS. Yeah, just go and save as much as you possibly can. I was about to say, yeah, man, Lyra to me looks great. I'm so excited for that character. She does look extraordinarily complex, or maybe it's just the way that they've worded it, trying to make it so that they can perfectly explain it within the description of the character. But they seem quite a bit involved with like all of her passives and things like that. We'll do this, do this, do this. Try to get every enemy lined up. Do this. See, moments like this makes sense. This also feels good. But yeah, every other moment, less good. Yeah, but like, see, Merle's would have basically already broken those people's shields. At least that's my feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I could just be looking at things with rose-colored glasses. Could be the case. Wait, isn't her shatter like 12? Oh, I'm not really going by that. I'm going by what do you call it? The SS rank or S ranking of it. I think it's S, which I think maybe it is 12. Maybe S is just super like bare minimum S. Maybe it's more like an A, but barely made the cut. You know, I don't know. Regardless, even if it shatters at A, I think it's still pretty good, or at least would be hopefully pretty good. I mean, that's not how the things scale. What's with the rating system if it's not the appropriate thing? Yeah, see, to me it seems way better as a DPS thing than a shatter thing. Or maybe it just shatters that. Let me see. Weapon. She has a shatter of 12. 12.5. Are you saying Ruby has a shatter of a 10? Yeah, and even if she does, I think it's still offset by the fact that she can continually hold and hit nodes of damage, but I may be wrong. By the way, Cobalt's charge attack does not do more damage than the longer you charge it. Just charge it. Yeah, to me, it's just hard to like spam. Like if I tried to do it just then, I always feel like I'm a millisecond off. Yeah, so you gotta let it completely deconstruct, and then you can pull it out. But that feels a little weird. Just charge the first level and let it go. Hit the enemy first time in the mini bomb. Yeah. Lynn and Sagi come home. Red says I'm going to wait. Sorry, I'm going by what Reddit. What you read on Reddit. There are multiple posters about Ruby being next, including the Twitter post. Nice. Reddit says it may be that her shatter effectiveness is but passable to embolden the perception of awesome fact. Yeah, I was thinking that may be what it was. Like because to me that was a big metric where I was like, holy shit, I can finally bench some of the other characters that I like. Not only is this character gonna seemingly do decent damage, does good AoE, but also is gonna be a shatter character. Holy shit. And it just seems like, again, like Merle, I think she has the same, if not more shatter than Merle, and Merle seems like she has way more shatter. But that's not exactly how shatter scales. Let's see. Merle's weapon is 10. Wait. No, Merle's does have a little bit more, 13.8, and then hers is 12.50. So a little bit off, but still. I don't think it should make that much of a fucking crazy difference. Also, considering Merle has a B and we still have charge, yeah. I feel like her numbers don't make sense. Like she's an S rank in shatter, and it's like, it's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. You can shatter. Well, you'll most likely kill someone before you shatter them. But yeah. Kanji says, thanks for the advice. At first, I was hoping for Mark or Buy to release globally, but the devs had made sure that they don't come out so sad. Yeah, apparently some sort of weird licensing thing or like legal trouble thing, which to me was weird. Like you could literally just like do the thing that you've been doing in the entire game. You know what I mean? Like there's so many characters that are like akin to someone else, like Ruby, and all these characters are like trope. Like why just reskin Merrick as somebody else and like give him a new cosmetic, etc. Like it's weird that they're like, no, not that though. You know, it's doesn't make any sense. I feel like there's a route that you could do that you didn't waste a character's skill, although I think or like investment that you made in designing his skills and stuff like that. But I'm thinking that it's probably more, it makes more sense in regards to they're probably going to wait to, Merrick is one of the most wanted characters in the entire game. So if they were to slightly adjust and make a similar character, I think people would go nuts. So I think they're probably waiting to debate that out. So I think he will be here, but probably later, maybe even in 2.5 or whatever they do. But it probably won't be Merrick. It'll probably just be Merrick's skill kit, essentially, almost identical. Maybe scaled better. I may save for Lyra and use her as DPS. You're not wrong. Cobalt is simply not tuned well. Yeah, feels that way a little bit. But again, to me, like, based on like the perception of what we were able to play with in the test run, everything. And again, she doesn't feel bad. Again, this is the thing that I said at the beginning of the stream, where like everything is relative to your environment. I still don't think I'll dislike playing her. I still think she's gonna be good. I don't think you need to like two-shot an enemy immediately, you know, especially with like, I'm doing pretty good right now and I don't have matrices on her and I feel like it's fine, you know, it's not like crazy. I'm disappointed. The one thing I'm disappointed with is the shield. I was really hoping, people were saying that the shield that we experienced in this test run was not equivalent, like it wasn't applied, so that felt like it. Yeah, like now it feels, I was hoping that it'd be better, and now it's like, oh no, it's still kind of just doesn't really feel like you're like, you switch this character and they're gonna shatter that shield. It's like, you switch to this character, they're just gonna kill the enemy. Like yeah. I'm not sure if it's a fire thing. Like maybe ice is just better for cracking shields, maybe. But yeah. But I will say, I'm happy that I have some Primo Gems left over, or Dark Matter left over for Ruby. Hopefully we get Ruby. It will be unfortunate if we can't get Lynn, although I kind of have never been the meta person. Well, I kind of want to, again, I always want to have an account that can do things. I just don't want to be a slave to the fact that like, oh, I have to get this character that well, actually I would like Lynn too, it's a thing, but I want Ruby probably the most, because Ruby just to me looks like a very weird character, like, you know what I mean? It's like she's covered in bandages and shit, like she looks like a experiment. I love it. Overtuning too much IMO and the shatter stat increases seems like an afterthought without tuning her kit to work with shatter better. Yeah, and the thing that terrifies me, man, is I don't know if they're gonna be the kind of dev that tweaks things after the fact, you know? Like, I don't, like, that's something that people wish Genshin would do eventually, even though they know it's a weird like issue, I guess, with certain like whales and stuff like that, like be feeling like, yeah. But again, if they do it quick, that's the thing that frustrates me. If they do it quick, also they tested the shit out of the character, so like they have a test run. Like right now, Ruby is like probably 20 days away, and they're testing the shit out of her, a whole server. So you think they would have plenty of data to be like, this would not, this is not equal to making you feel like you're playing a Shatter character, you know? Max says Merle's weapon feels no, I agree. That's why I'm still not going back to Merle's, even if it was better. Merle's weapon to me, it's not even about that necessarily, Max. For me, the slowness of a weapon, I don't like it, but I get what you're saying. But to me, it's the fact that she doesn't have any movement. So like, even though Cobalt's range seemingly can get real bad if I'm this far away, I can't hit that person really. It seems like about this far away. It just has a limited range. But what do you call it? Merle's is even less than that. Merle's is like, but also Merle doesn't push towards an enemy. She doesn't have much movement, which is why I think Lyra will be an actually, like, regardless if she can be scaled, she seems like a fun DPS because her fucking Giga arms just have so much clearance. Like, they seem like they push forwards to such a huge degree, and you can even charge up and lunge, which seems crazy. Again, super excited for Lyra. I hope that I don't have to. I hope there's a gap there where I can save to actually go in. Because I think Lyra would probably be my like, if the things line up, I would wish every, like right now I'm sitting on 17K. If we get one copy of Ruby, I'm happy. I'm good. That's good enough for me. But with Lyra, I'd probably be like, fuck it, let's bottom out and see what we get. Because I want that much of that character. Oh, it was not the right sequence at all. Yeah, I just used the ult and I don't feel like the fucking charge moved at all. I'm really hoping that they like, there's the thing that's like, oh, we made a tweaking issue. The shatter wasn't applied. I'm like, thank God, because it does not feel present. So it probably does more shatter per hit. Yeah, but I still think it should be equivalent, right? Like if something has an S in shatter, the application is in the same amount of time that you're able to do the thing, you're at least close, and I don't think they are at all. I think Merle, like, I can see her actually like shred a shield, whereas this one, it seems like you're sitting there like, and again, it's like the enemy dies before the shield breaks, which is not the case with Merle. Merle, usually you crack the shield, then the enemy's health drops. With a Cobalt, it feels like you kill an enemy before you're actually able to break the shield. miss anyone? Yeah, I did. That was the one tiny guy over there. Also one of you. Nice dodge, me. Did I get people coming in? Not really. Too much. Let's use the alt. Let's see. Well, sometimes it doesn't even kill them. Sometimes, yeah. There we go. Finally broke the shield. Let's do this. Red says Merle Shatter better simply because her damage percentage is higher in general. Okay. Lone Secret says, yeah, another win in Deathverse, but it was the weirdest game. I had one of my kills stolen by one mob enemy, and it had another guy who was killed and ran away from it. Weird. It's like a whole experience. Then ran off an edge and killed himself. Yeah, that's a thing in one of those games where it's like, it weirdly is better if they just they die without you killing them, getting the death blow, because then you get like a fervor, I think. So it makes sense as much as it's like shitty. Like, God damn you. But it also kind of makes sense for like, you won't take me, I'll take me. Yeah, I wish that was longer, man. I just feel like I would be okay if the damage was lower, but it felt longer because that feels quite quick. Yeah, and that feels so much faster. Like a lot faster. Than the shotgun. This is a bad example. We missed anyway. I understand all that too well. The only one that gets to kill me is me. Okay, it reminds me of like a Russell Peters joke. I mean, I haven't seen that comedian in a hot minute, and I think he's still there. It's funny because I think it's funny. There's always these comedians that are like, they're like selling out shows and they're like millionaires, but like they're like everyone likes them to the extent in which they'll watch them, but then there's not like these super edgy, but also they kind of polarize the audience because they're so edgy kind of people. I just made me think of that when this weird like I seen a video on one of the best podcasts that's blowing up right now is the Flagrant podcast, and oh my god, I fucking love that podcast. It just seems like a genuinely like the new age of podcasts, which just seems so good. Like the dude is insanely charismatic. It's wild. But anyways. But also, he is not like, again, some people could probably be offended because I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys know the podcast. I'm sure you've seen at least one episode because they've got crazy guests on. Maybe you don't watch podcasts, so that could be a thing too. But yeah, they just seem like they've nailed the atmosphere that I think is the funnest part about a podcast, which is like you're surrounded by friends that are just talking openly about what they think, but also they're all kind of hugely funny and also have different perspectives on things, but aren't like flat earthers or something, kind of like, oh, this seems a little rough. You know what I mean? Oh, I wish my boss would respond. That's also the other thing I'm a little worried when it comes to Tower Fantasy about is how do I put it? I hope there's not a need for matrices. Like, yeah, which I could see that being like the frontier of damage, but in retrospect, it doesn't seem like it's the most like make or break thing ever. It seems like almost like a duplication of a weapon, just increasing your CS stat is better. But I don't know. Clear says, how is the game? Looking for a new home. What do you mean? What do you mean like what do you call it? Looking for a new game to play? Ooh, Clear, I bet you love this game. The story is usually not a people's strong part, but the fact that you can play together, you have so much content, you have endgame content that you're not going to be able to do for probably months. Yeah, there's 2 raids that I'm not even near, and I've been playing since day 1. I'm also not a min-max crazy person though, so that's that. But yeah, if anything, you find that there's too much stuff to do, and I kind of want to do all of it. So as far as this game, I would hype it up a lot, but don't destroy your hype for it, or destroy the expectations be too high. But if that's what you were asking, yeah, I think this game is a great home for a lot of people. I think the only thing it is the first beginning levels could be a little weird because it is an MMO. It doesn't feel identical to Genshin, where it's like, oh my god, here's this world that's opening up to me. Kind of like, no, it's like a bunch of things that, like, if you want stuff to do and things and reasons to do them, it's quite good. Again, farming wishes is incredibly satisfying. Yeah, this is one of the least satisfying things, but it's kind of important to do housing. It's basically like you're I don't know, kind of like a manager at a manufacturer plant, and they just say it's your home. So yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of like build up infrastructure so that you can kick some ass. Looking for a replacement for Genshin. Yeah, clear, man. A lot of people I seen a lot of people were shitting on Tower Fantasy at the start of it, which I thought was weird, because to me it was like, for so many things that people were saying over the years when it comes to Genshin about it, like they wanting endgame content, them wanting this, that, you know, guild fee, everything, every little thing that people were saying, I want this from Genshin, Tower Fantasy has in spades, and it also is doing like so much for those things. Like, yeah, if anything, I think there's an issue right now with like an abundance of content to the point where it's like, oh my god, there's a lot to do. But yeah, man. Also, like, everything is way more consumable, it seems like, right now. Or like, you can get wishes relatively easily. You can get a bunch of characters that are fun to mess around with. There's enough of a grind to where if you do like to mid-max, holy shit, is this game signed, sealed, and delivered for you. It's unfortunate that I think there was, like, Genshin released a big new update right around its same time it launched, and people really liked Genshin, and instead of saying like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave Tower Fantasy behind, I'm gonna play some Genshin, instead they seen like Reddit articles that said, oh my god, like, you know, Tower Fantasy is so good, I'm loving it so much, and compared to Genshin. And then people were really enjoying Genshin at that time because it was a new update, new stuff to do, so people were like, oh my god. And then people kind of fought back at people who were having a really good time in Tower Fantasy, saying that it was better than Genshin, because they're like, no, I'm experiencing this new update and it's so good, and I bet it is, until it's not. Until it's over, until the, you know, the end game is still not there 2 years into it. And we've talked about that yesterday, about the very what's the word when you're like, no, not drunk? silvering, I can't, so a letter I'm missing in there. Anyways, an experience of like, oh, okay. Also, this is really bad, by the way. If you're like, the game is not this tanky in terms of health bars. This is just a weapon I haven't fully matriced up perfectly and stuff like that, damaged up essentially. But yeah. That was a waste. That's a big waste. I feel like there is no more reason to play. Yeah, clear. That's what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people were saying the same thing about that. Honeymoon phase? Oh, you mean in Tower Fantasy for me? Is that what you mean? Because yeah, for me, man, I don't know. I don't think it's the honeymoon phase, because, like, yeah, it's hard to describe, because, like, to me, if this went on and all we had was like this, again, just the idea that they've added content, like it's there, like there's a brand new raid, like that, they added housing and they added a raid, and we're on week 2 or whatever, it's like month 2 or something. The fact that they've added something permanently in the game for you to do every day, it's like, okay, like already this is like fucking leaps and bounds more than what Genshin has been for me, at least. As much as I know people have started to get frustrated because there's no end game content coming, stuff like that. To me, what was always so frustrating is that they never added stuff, so that it was like Genshin as it was basically a kind of a slight echo of what it was from the very beginning, with like more characters that you can't get anymore, or wait a long time to be able to get them. I want a game that seems like it's growing with the community, becoming better, adding things, evolving on those things over time, not like things that are gone within a week and nothing's ever added. And it's hilarious because there's always the argument of like why Genshin didn't do that is because of storage issues, but sure as shit, Tower Fantasy's in the same boat and it has done those things, so that was never an argument that would have made sense. And also, you don't need to add things that are like technologically crazy. Like the raids are basically just a room with bosses, but you can fight them as a fucking 12-player team, and they're relatively straightforward as well. At least the first couple. They get more and more nuts as you get higher and higher up them. But yeah, I personally am in love with it, man. It's also free. It's like, give it a whirl. Also, there's like so many wishes you can get right at the hop. Like it's not a game where you have to invest 15 hours in order to get your first SSR. You can literally just get after it right now and probably profit like mad. So yeah, it's one of those games where like the free-to-play argument is strong because you can get so much out of it so early on and get a really good taste of what it's going to be like. Yeah. So I think people should go in on it. But yeah, I think Red was meaning more in Genshin. Like the honeymoon phase is over, but the honeymoon phase lasted 2 years. So and I've been there. I only recently stopped playing because I think I got to Inazuma. You know when they released the Raiden Shogun boss fight, like the boss fight, the one where you're fighting like this weird, awesome mechanized mecha Raiden Shogun with crazy arms. That I think right before that's when I stopped because I was just kind of like, it's been a year and a half and nothing has been added. So I was kind of like, I'm gonna start to leave. I can't. As much as I hope it works out. I'm not sure if it will. I tend to think it won't, because yeah. And again, I feel so bad for people who are still standing there, like holding out a hand, like please. Again, I do not know. Like it's like to me, it is such a gift that Genshin did the interview. Such a gift, because otherwise, imagine you would have been sitting there with holding your hand out for such a long time. For such a long time, for it to never be the thing that so many of us wanted it to be. So the fact that they did that was like a mercy. But also, whoever did that probably got fired. Because what a horrible thing that gained the company nothing. It just made a bunch of people mad. And it sucks because that person was probably just trying to be like, hey guys, if you're wanting this from the game, go play something else. You know, Withering Waves looks like it's more of a sweaty game. Yeah, you know, Tower Fantasy it can be a sweaty game, at the very least just having things that are procedurally added and stuff to do, stuff like that, you know. Clear says, that was so BS. Anxiety for why we end game. Yeah, it's so stupid, man. Also, what the fuck are we talking about? Anxiety in a fucking gacha game? You mean like saving your resin and not being able to buy the character you're wishing for? Like that's not the most anxious thing ever. Also wishing and like not getting it, and then as your primo gems slowly start to dwindle, you slowly start to be like, oh fuck no, oh come on, please come on, and then nothing, and then you're like, oh, now it's incentivized to get money. What they really wanted to say is anything that can give us money, we'll take. But, you know, other than that, yeah, man. And it's to me, it makes what I get really frustrated by, and maybe this is like a vindictive part of me, which I should not have. But I recently seen a video. I've seen a lot of the community react to it. But I've seen Tectone react to it, I think. And people were like, oh my god, dude, I'm so excited for ZZZ. And I'm like, another game made by the same people that, and maybe it'll be like, no, this is the game that will be the end game content. Sure, man. But it just seems like, again, it's like Mihoyo optimizing for the absolute maximum amount of money, because if you're in 2 games, you need to progress in 2. You're twice as tempted because you're behind in both. So yeah. And to me, it's like Tower Fantasy has been, at least to me, on a pretty 100% accuracy rating. And I tend to be a little, vengeful a little bit about that. You know what I mean? So I'm more like excited for Withering Waves because it's a company that I hope will at least be fair, or at least it's fine if it's like just a little bit fair. We've been so beaten down, man, that we're like a fucking what is it called, like a spousal abuse situation happening, where we're like, Genshin was so bad to us that when Tower Fantasy has wishes galore and still making a lot of money and like consistent updates and adding new content and listening to what the community's doing, it's like a shocking revelation. But that they're still making boatloads of money. There's people still like spending so much money in the game. So it's like, fuck. But it's just the conversion rate, which is like, hey, we used to play games like Fallout, you know, and Skyrim. Remember Skyrim? That was a goddamn game and a game and a game. And with mods, an endless game. We deserve better, you know? But also, I like anime games, and I like the weapon thing. I don't hate gacha as long as it's not the most scaled thing ever, you know? So you aggroed. There's usually a person over there, but maybe not. He's hiding or something. Hwah! Also, Clear says 50 chance, cause me causes me more. Yeah, the 50-50. Yeah, I forgot about that. The 50-50 I'm wishing, right? The 50-50 chance. Brutal. Also, the 50-50 chance in this game is you just spend you can get, man, like, as much as it's better than Genshin as far as the 50-50 is concerned, but you could also walk away with an easy 2-star or even 3-star character, because you can get all the way up to 78 on your pulls, and then get one at 78, and then on 70 you get another on 80 you would get a guaranteed SSR character, and you get a guarantee character if you come on, stop fighting me. Anyway, also, let me pick a better weapon. Again, this weapon, again, maybe I have to realize that Cobalt weapon is not a damage weapon, which is just incredibly sad. To me, at least. I was hoping for a DPS weapon, but, you know, probably could have looked into the data and seen that. I was just hopeful. Lomzig says, the thing that got me was the reason why they won't add an end game. They said, I quote, we don't have the, oh, right, right, that's what you said. All right, you were replying to that. With a limited time events, wishes, main, yeah, man. Also, like, I don't know, man, but what have they added that the community has genuinely wanted them to add? You know, like, I try to think about that, and I think, like a Serena teapot, maybe, but like for the longest time, I remember people being like, can you please upgrade the space in the Serena teapot? I can't like put down anything. Yeah, can you just give me more space to put at least on PC or something? And they're like, no, we're not doing that. And it's just like, come on, man. Jesus, like we're 2 years in, and it feels like you don't listen, you don't care, and maybe we're not the audience. You know, that's the other thing that's shitty. But my whole thing is that it's yeah, again, like imagine if we never were told that we're not the audience, and people just kept sitting there hoping for that day to come, and we made it a year and a half in, or a year and more in. So imagine, like, again, I think people would have waited forever. So as much as again, I think the whole interview was like an incredible blessing, actually, as much as it is painful to see and hear and all these things. Yeah, also, I'm not sure if I subscribe to the whole, like, the game is not made for us. As much as I've heard that argument for a long time, and I get what the people are saying. To me, I think a game is usually made for people who play games, and yeah, I know, like, there's something to say, like, the video may not be made for you, the game may not be made for you, the TV show may not be made for you. I guess that makes sense. I think the big part of the player base does want that. Yeah. I did see someone in one of the videos that I watched, I don't remember which one it was, someone mentioned on like Reddit that like they have anxiety for completing Spiral Abyss, which that's a great point to say, what happens about why is the shoe not on the same foot then? You have anxiety for not being able to complete Spiral Abyss? Well, isn't this your time to eat it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're expecting others to not have certain endgame content or not feel stressed about whatever the reason, the reasons are not making sense, but let's just say that's one of the reasons. My control. One thing that sucks about Tower Fantasy is that the controls are the worst I've ever seen. I'm stuck in this stupid. There we go. Yeah, the controller support is non-existent. So if they could add that, that'd be a step towards the game being good. People have gotten around it by adding shit, but yeah, the idea that, like, okay, say you don't have enough time to complete Spiral Abyss. Well, that's insane because it's 15 days of being up and available or whatever it is. So you should have plenty of time. But let's say you don't. Is it not wrong? Is it so terrible to say, okay, I guess I don't get to do Spiral Abyss this week? Or even just to add content that doesn't have any rewards attached to it. Or even if it does, it's just like Mora, something that people don't want, which they already do in events. So it's like, it's just, nothing makes sense in the whole Genshin scheme of things. It's literally just like, this is the way that we can make the most money without rocking the boat, so that's what we're going to keep doing until this cash cow dies. We'll greenlight other games to kind of feed our artistic creation to whomever will accept that we can actually have the best interest of the game and players in mind for that, outside of money, of course. which, considering it's a publicly traded company, I think is very low because they tend to be motivated purely by income coming in. But that could just be my nihilistic bullshittery afoot. Who knows? What's good, James? James says, hey, Grin. It's the guy from the open beta on Let It Die, Deathverse. May I have a question regarding it not being released? What do you mean? Oh, you mean, what do you mean? You mean like me not uploading it yet? I'm working, luckily someone in my community, lovely person named Lone Syndicate, just sent me a video of it, so I'm going to try to edit that when I have time. I just don't want to burn myself into the game because I'm not really interested in playing, doing a lot of anything, honestly, right now. I'm too busy with so many other weird nonsense things like YouTube stuff and learning that I haven't really been doing the whole fun game thing, which I should. But yes, that's what you mean. But if you're saying it's not released, I don't know what you mean. Or I thought it was. I thought Squibs just popped in and said that it came out on PC, and I thought it was still a week away. Lone Sticker says, I think that's why they won't add Endgame, because they want you to play Honkai and ZZZ. But does that not make you guys a little frustrated? Not even frustrated. Does that not make you think, like, I'm like the kind of person that, like, if you, I don't know, maybe I'm not. I feel like when someone justifiably wrongs you without like feeling of even the slight remorse, it just makes me like, why the fuck are you allowing this person, why are you trusting anything this person says? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be vengeful. I'm just trying to be like, if Mihoyo came forward and said, we're sorry, this is our plan for the game, this is what we're gonna try to make everyone happy. You know, Genshin is Genshin. It's always gonna be very light. It's gonna be very free to play. It's gonna be a story-driven, beautiful RPG experience. Mostly story, not really role play. Just you play it, you know, whatever. Yeah. But we have ZZZ. We have this upcoming game that's gonna be to try your heart out. You know what I mean? So like, to me, that would be okay. You're showing, I'm sorry, it's that the game is not gonna be what it is for you, but there's these games which we're making and we invested in that are gonna take care of you. Mihoyo didn't do that. Mihoyo basically said, look, we don't even know if Mihoyo is going to do that. We have a track record of a company. We have a track record of a company that, after the success of Genshin, has seemingly done none of the things that which are good practices in gaming, aka giving you value for your dollar, things like that. You know, we're still not listening to the community. It seems like skins, even things where the community is like, let me give you money. They're like, no, we'll wait. And yeah, so to me, I just. Like, if somebody has remorse, or like even has like an understanding to see from your perspective and says, sorry, yeah, we were never heading that way, sure, that makes sense, but none of that stuff has existed, so it just kind of feels like I don't want to bet on Mihoyo anymore, you know what I mean? But again, I'm all for people who want to. Again, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, in a couple, maybe a year, when ZZZ finally gets out of its probably like drip feed content thing, that we all come and play it and it's got a big update, and maybe that's even the case for Genshin, but I just think it's probably 2 years out, if that. I think they'd really have to hemorrhage money to justify changing. Like, that's the other thing, is like, there's no incentive for Mihoyo to change in the slightest, or listen, because they're still, like, even if the graph is going down like this, which it is, slowly going down, this graph is locked at $1 billion. Like, what? What? Yeah, a bad week is like the best week we've ever had in any game ever. So like, even if we're making slightly less billions every consecutive month or quarter, yeah, we're gonna not rock the boat. Which I get, but simultaneously it's like, at least be honest about like, that's what you're dealing with. Of like, we're just trying to not fuck it up, basically. And we're trying to, like, you know, we're trying to be okay. We're trying to keep making that money so that when the rainy day comes, it'll be okay. But that's not how that businesses work. Mihoyo, I don't believe, is a privately owned company. They're a stock traded company, which means investors are basically constantly trying to get more money out of their investment. I think Bethesda used to be one of the last bastions of like a company that owned themselves. That way, any game that did do well, they got to basically hoard that money and invest it wherever they want. They didn't have to like, the investors couldn't just like dethrone the CEO and screw them, essentially, in that way of like basically being like, no, we're gonna put someone in power that can generate more money for us, because that's the only metric that we care about. So yeah, I could have a skewed perception of the stock market and stuff like that, and privately owned companies and publicly traded companies, which is what it's called, by the way, the that, but I think that's right. But maybe it's wrong. James says, sorry, I misspoke. It is out on PS4 and PS5. I was just curious if you know, or progress should have crossed over from open beta. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it would have crossed over from beta. Lone Syndicate could speak on that more because he also played on PC or on console. Sorry, and I don't think. I would assume not, but Lone Syndicate could ask. It might. It might. I would be surprised. For me, it won't, unfortunately, because I think I'm going from a PS4 or PS4 to PC, which probably won't convert. But yeah, but good question. Oh, also, shit, it's 7. Shut up. No, it did not. Yeah, like, thank you, Lone Syndicate. Red says, you need to use Cobalt's charge attack more often. It combines with the mini bomb and pretty good. Okay, interesting. So you like activate this. Oh, I gotta get used to where I put the buttons. And this. And then like switch off. Maybe not switch off yet until the shields are broken. I feel like there'll be a method to the madness with Cobalt. It would have been cooler if the shatter was more present. Because I don't think it's OP compared to like a DPS character to have high shatter. But Roger says, it could be uttered that Mihoyo, but stated, what you want is our concern, but hand your money over like a good sheep. Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was very much a, honestly, everything about the interview was hilarious. Like, in like a very sick way, it's hilarious. Because it was just like, it was the most like, good question, loved it, really good to my ears. We hear you, but we're not fucking doing that. You fucking idiot. It was the most like, we hear you, good question. I understand where you're coming from. I hate what you're saying. It's the most weird fucking like, I get it? No. And it's just silly. Man, oh, I watched so many content creators go over it and everyone just like, what? Like, who did this interview? Like, it's not a PR person. It's both. It's not a not PR person. It's not a PR. It's just some random person giving the worst answer imaginable. Like, I'm sure Mihoyo after the interview would have been like, just don't say anything. Just stop it. And honestly, at least now the gift is that, like, the unfortunate aspect of it is anytime, even people who love Genshin in its current state have an inclination to want more of it or want it to go a different way, you have to shut up because they've never adjusted for what people have asked for in the game. The only time they've done that is when the Asia servers basically screamed about Zhongli not being strong enough, and then they've learned to just be like, fuck you. Like, no. You'll play the game because you play it. You have invested characters. You invested, what, $2,000 in an idiot? You're going to play it. We're not going to change shit. And then they proceeded to kind of not change shit, and they just don't say that to you. But that's how they operated, essentially. Which is painful. Which is rough. Now, the good news is that Genshin is a fun game, and a lot of other developers have seen that it's a fun game, and a lot of other developers are going to create games that are similar to it, and ideally make money from it, but hopefully invest it back into, of course, listening to the community and handling it just a little bit different. Because that's the thing. I keep trying to find a gap where Mihoyo is like, this is a good, like, response. Like, oh, you made a ton of money, you have investors, but maybe you're telling your investors, no, we need to listen to our players because that will make a stronger game, a better community, people who want to invest in our game more, maybe even people who want to buy stocks and just make everything work better. But none of that's happened. None of that with Mihoyo has been a thing, at least in my experience. It's been a lot of like, well, you know, Lone Six says, but I'm trying to get a gameplay with all the weapons. Ooh, that's a tall order. That'd be crazy. You've been grinding too then. Charge her charge attack at least level 1 or 2, then fire. I thought her charge attack couldn't be charged. Or are you saying like hit? What do you mean? I thought this was just like, you didn't have to charge it. I thought it was just prime premium the whole time. I've been trying to do weapons. Roger says, I believe Genshin shall do well with the casual audience, but certainly they have but chased away their whale community. Even MTAS threw in the towel. Yes. Well, what do you call it? As much as like I understand that it's a casual game, I never really understood that argument. Like, there's like, because this is my thing, Raj. I've heard this before, and I think it's a very clever insight that people have said. But people say that it's a casual game. You still need content to consume, and there's not a lot of content. Like, even outside, like, to me, I think it's like people have been like, the end game community, the whale community has been destroyed. I don't know if you're a casual person that you haven't eventually noticed the pattern that you're a year in and no content has been added. You know what I mean? There's no spiral of it. There doesn't even need to be end game content. It just can be like, hey, here's tower defense, whatever that game was called. The tower defense thing. That's just, it's not even like complicated. It's not difficult. You just set up towers, you get your Mora, anything. The game is still exactly, besides Serenity Pot, in like a couple areas with maps, or sorry, with like exploration things, and a few side quests that are not dubbed or not voiced, and like a random event that takes you 10 minutes to do. Like, to me, yeah, I don't know, as a casual person, you're satisfied as well. But maybe, but yeah, regardless, Roger's right about, like, it definitely detonated the community that was willing to invest in, which is, by the way, that's insane, because like so much of MiHoYo's money comes from whales, like the whale community, people investing high degrees of money because this is where they choose to spend their money in this way, and yeah, they've detonated their like biggest market cap, because there's no point to having a C6 character, because yeah, like there's not going to be anything that you're going to need that power for. Even if you like a character, I don't know. It's like, it sounds weird, but at least spend it in Tower Fantasy, where there's content where like you can carry people who are lower level and genuinely like kick some ass. You know what I mean? Roger says, I concur. We need meaningful content. And quite clear, MiHoYo shall not yield it. Yeah, well, again, that was why, like, to me, I was like, holy fuck, we have like a raid, like this is already more than MiHoYo is kind of added. I mean, again, depends on what you like. Some people could argue like a whole new map, but we do have a whole new map. We have a whole new map with chests and stuff like that around quests, some puzzles, or like nucleus farms, stuff like that. So there is a new area, but there's also, what blew my brain is the fact that we have a raid. Like, that's a piece of content that now the game, from where it was, is now significantly better, and it's not just, here's another place for you just to run around and find loot. Also, I don't know, man, maybe it's just me, but the whole, like, MiHoYo figure out this crazy weird puzzle by putting down these, like, electro nodes that connect to each other, to me was always just, like, not worth the... It is 2 Primo Gems. A little bit of Mara. Okay, ooh, artifacts. I'm capped on artifacts anyway. I guess I'll burn some. And it's just like a slow process where Tower Fantasy is like, no, here's a wish. Here's a whole ass wish. Here's a handful of dark matter. Here's a whole thing. Good. Go. Literally burn it open. Takes 2 seconds. Pop. Good. Hey, pick up this stupid little like Furby thing. Chuck it in a devouring plant, murdering it. Boom. A gift. Like, it's just, to me, as a person who doesn't love exploring, I still think it gives people both what they want. It gives them an incentive to explore, and also makes it so that it's actually funner than you'd think to explore, because the rewards feel so satisfying to attain. But I think for, again, the whale population, they're probably like, I don't know, I just buy what I want. You know, so it's not quite the same, but still, I think it's still probably a fun, better than nothing, I guess. Also, shit, guys. Yeesh. I think I might have been maxed out. Yeah, I was maxed out probably all my stuff. Yeah. James says, I want to say no gloves. Will be watching this interview. Okay. Jump on. Oh, I see. Jump on. I came to party 2 weeks late. I remember a certain weapon being OP, but didn't want to say. It was the gloves. Oh, I see. Red says, look at a small charge HUD. Where is it? Is it like the crosshair, like zooming in? Maybe. Okay. I thought someone came in here and said that they were like, the charge doesn't actually matter, so you just spam it. Like that. It shows total level at current charge. It's like a hologram display on the gun. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's on the gun itself. Right there. See? If I do it, come on. It slowly starts to tick up. Bink, bink. Oh, so it does. It does charge up. Huh. Weird. I did not know that. That's a good find. Okay, never mind. That makes more sense. Roger says, I concur. Alone Seeker says, there's no point in even farming artifact sets, dedicated artifact sets. Just slap on rainbow on anyone and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Love that. Just a saying of it. Roger says, I have spent thousands upon Genshin, and post that interview, what I had budgeted towards in the future shall now be a Tower of Fantasies. Yes! I'm happy, man. I'm so happy. I was, for such a long time, I was just like, guys, Tower of Fantasy is really good. And again, because Genshin was in its like third wave, a whole new place to get after, I feel like some people were like, yeah, it's good, but Genshin's like prettier, and it's a $1 billion game, and it's been in development for 2 years and a half. Of course it looks gorgeous. But Tower of Fantasy, with the fucking minuscule budget that it has, is doing pretty well. Anyway, so to me, I'm like, God, I hope Tower of Fantasy doesn't shit their bed, but I'm happy. Read that again. Which one? Your old message? Or did I get it right the second time? Because you said yes afterwards. Alonso says, like Mike, Sino has just random a good artifact set on him, and he perfectly just as good as the others who have dedicated set. I was about to say, for those, so the only thing that it seems like they're riding on Mihoyo's riding on, like, people spending in the game, is story and events, which is weird because I think if they just kept the story permanently, like even downloadable or something, whatever people say, I still think it would aid in the pursuit of people wanting those characters when there's a second banner coming around or something. It's weird. Anyways, yeah. Do you guys think by you watching the story when you play Genshin will incentivize you to wish for a copy? Because I thought the whole consensus of why you would go deep into a constellation for a character was for power. That has been annihilated, so it's just like you get one copy maybe and you're happy. But even then, at this point, a year in, are the characters as intricate and different enough to where you actually want them? That's something I think Tower Fantasy is doing really good, is like, this weapon's kind of boring, but eventually we're going to have giant mechanized arms that come out of us, or a tiny little girl with a serpent coming out of her back, which rips apart the world with laser beams and shit. Like just for the utility and the weirdness factor for these characters and their weapons, I feel like it's pretty like, oh, okay, that's a weird ass character. The look wise, it's like design on design on design, rather than like, oh, the character's wearing a suit, you know, oh, that character's got his chest open or whatever, you know, or his chest exposed. This person's wearing leggings. This person's wearing blue leggings, you know. That being said, though, I do like the look of Genshin characters. To me, Cobalt in combination with the shotgun and shit, pretty wild. Lone Singing. Oh, right, read that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we are going to wind down because I got to go exercise, even though I am so not in it. I did legs yesterday, and I was going to tell you guys, I thought I might have had a heart attack. Not legs. I do this like zone 5 of your heart rate, which is like 80% or 90% of your max heart rate. And I was already feeling sick yesterday, and I was like, let's do it anyway. And oh my god, I felt like if I went to sleep, I would die. It was one of those weird feelings of like, like just soul wrenching. But tomorrow, my friends, we will be streaming. I don't know, probably Tower Fantasy again. I'm not sure. Probably Tower Fantasy again. I probably will try to update Cobalt, again, by the way, I still mean what I said at the very beginning of the stream, which is basically, I do think people are comparing characters in a weird way. I think they're like saying that Cobalt's not good or not worth it, because she doesn't have the craziest scaling, but worst case scenario, I don't think there's anything in the game that requires you to like, or sorry, it's okay that you don't reach the maximum threshold of the possible highest height, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think she'll probably be fine. Slap a matrixy on her that's pretty decent. She'll be able to do mass AoE, hit multiple things. I'm not regretting my choice, although I do hope that we get Ruby, and I also do hope that Ruby has, again, it would just be like the definition of power creep if Ruby comes out right after Cobalt and they're like, she just seemingly got CC and all these other things. Even if she scaled damage-wise down, which would make no sense because Ruby literally looks like an apocalyptic demon child. Cute, but like covered in bandages, clearly an experiment gone wrong kind of thing. And if she's like hits like a wet noodle, it's like, what the fuck? Excuse me? What? Then again, Lynn is apparently cracked and she looks completely put together, and yeah. But anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time. Roger says, I would say the story to me was but a horse, a horsed hoof? Am I right? The meal would have been completed. Yeah. No, the appetizer, maybe, is that what you're saying? Yeah, the story was like the thing that made you excited and interested, interested, but the end game was the thing that made all of your work mean something. And without that being there, your work means nothing. And in fact, like this is the feeling that I think MTash talked about a little bit, and when I felt a long time ago. Luckily, I've been in mourning for like years, so it's not even felt that bad. But I could totally see in regards to Genshin, the fact that everyone holding their hand out for the hope of endgame, which probably happened in like the first 7 months of the game. How stupid I kind of feel, and how I imagine how hurt the other people feel. Why I could have stopped. I could have I could have left a long time ago. You know, I could have stopped having this expectation, but instead I still grinded when I could have been doing other things because I just wanted the game to be good because I loved the game. This game took care of me in COVID or in quarantine. So I wanted it to be special, and I should have stopped playing a long time ago, and I feel stupid for hanging on so long on something that was never going to be the case. Imagine how bad it would be if you were still hanging on because they didn't do that interview. So I understand that like people's heavy response to it immensely. I just lucked out that I started leaving as soon as it started to get smoky in here. I'm not suffocating. I mean, I feel so bad for people who are staying deep in the weeds. Again, this has been a hard week for everyone, but the people who are like, you know what? I'm gonna go look for another game that's an anime, goofy, fun game that seemingly is doing more of the things I want and also has more of a dog in the fight rather than Genshin, which is, I think, just trying to not hemorrhage money that it's making. Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, love you to bits. Hope I can see you tomorrow. We'll be playing probably more Tower of Fantasy and things like that. Hope I can see you then. Also, by the way, there is a video over on the Brothers GRINN channel. It's us talking about my ideal team in Tower Fantasy. If you've seen the Cobalt video, it's very similar. It's just going over the animations for Ruby, why I'm so excited. This will also describe why I think Ruby is so cracked in comparison to Cobalt. I'm hoping they still adjust Ruby, not nuke her damage, maybe just decrease her her shatter. Even though maybe that's not good because I thought Cobalt would be our shatter character. But anyways, love you. Bye. Check out the video. You gave it a like. Thank you so much for closing it.